Was poppin' YouTube. Um, Another tough loss, especially because this was a close one. I'm here with my right hand man E.
What's up?
Um,
What's up?
we gonna do it quick tonight. We ain't gonna be here too long, but we just wanna give our thoughts and opinions on tonight's game. I'll start first, and then you can back me up, E.
All right.
Um, Basically tonight, it wasn't the worst loss in the world, but at the end of the day, to me, an L is an L. It doesn't feel good. You feel me? I know a lot. I saw a lot of people talking about, oh, it was a good game. It was a good game. And I mean, in retrospect, it was, but we still lost. So the first thing I'm doing is thinking to myself is like, how did we end up in that position? Why did we lose? You know what I'm saying? That's just the way my brain analyzes these things because if it was a good game, we would have won. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's just I felt like for one, we weren't getting calls. Like there was we were you know w- we were getting hit left and right, but that's you feel me? I don't even want to blame that because that's as a Nick, you gotta expect that. You know what I'm saying? It's just it comes with the territory. We never get calls. It doesn't matter if we're home away. You know what I'm saying? RJ got to the line several times, but he got hit. A lot more than he got calls for. Which I think that sometimes I think it's on RJ's um part to work on selling the contact a lot more. But maybe that's he doesn't want to do that. Maybe he doesn't want to be a flopper. But in this league, it's like you got to do what you got to do. You feel me?
Yeah.
The other thing for me was I just felt like the way that the shot selection was going on in tonight's game. I wasn't a fan of it. I liked the way the game was being played up until the second half of the third quarter. Um, and then the fourth quarter. I feel like quickly started feeling himself. You feel me? I feel like Rams was feeling himself after the game before, after the Kings game, because some of the shot selection, you even heard Clyde say, is like the shot selection was pretty bad. Um, I feel like we could do a lot better. I think this just this is just comes to show that these kids need more discipline. Um, on the offensive end. You feel me? Like if you're having a good game, go ahead shoot. But to me, it's just like it has to be smart shots because then you just killing time. You taking away opportunities. Like you remember in the fourth quarter, right? When
Yeah.
quickly hit that I don't remember if that was the end of the third quarter or fourth quarter.
He had a couple threes, and he had a
Quickly hit
layup.
that 4 point play, right?
Yeah, the 4 point play. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, and then after that, he hit a three, a pull up three, and then I think then we went into the fourth, right? In the fourth, he wasn't really hitting.
Yeah, it
His
was.
three his jumper wasn't falling anymore, right? So for whatever reason, he decides, hey, I'm gonna take a contested three because he's playing hero ball.
Yeah, I remember that.
Um,
That
to
happens a
me,
lot in this offense.
it's just like here's the other thing too that didn't make a lot of sense to me. And I've told you this before. When Kemba plays, we most of the time we lose the game. You feel me?
Yeah, I know.
With
He's
Kemba,
flat.
and it's not even apart from him not dropping points offensively, right? Like his shot not dropping, is defensively he's not doing anything. Especially tonight, it didn't make sense for him to start because my whole thing was if he's gonna play right, then he's guarding John Moran. He can't guard John Moran. So what did Tibbs do? Smartly, he put RJ on him the whole time. RJ did a good job on him. He was below his season average. Let's talk about that because
Yeah.
the defensively, RJ played a fantastic game.
Yep.
Grimes, when he was out there, played great, fantastically.
Yep.
This team is the fourth top offensive team in the league, and you know they were We got them below their season average. Well, specifically John Morant. He's scoring almost 26 points per game.
And we shut that down today.
Yeah, I think what he scored 19 points, something like that.
I believe it might have been 20, 23, maybe. Or I don't know. I might be
Let me
wrong. Maybe it
see.
is 19. But
Um,
he I know he shot the ball. He was like 9 for 28 or 9 or something like that, or 7, something like that.
yeah, I mean he can't shoot. I mean, you know,
He
he
struggled this
look look
game
look, look
from what he been doing.
he's actually almost averaging 27 points per game. He's averaging 26.4 points per game, which is seventh in the league. John Morant right now,
I'm just
right?
comparing from his last 5 games for him to come out and drop like 20 points, 23. So I think it's 23.
Hmm.
For him to make for the Knicks to actually, because it's like a streak. Let's just call it what is it, a 5 game 30 point streak. For the Knicks to actually stop that, that shows they're focused. They're paying attention to what's going on. Like they keying in. All right,
Yeah, he
this
scored
guy is
23
killing.
points. He scored 23 points tonight. You're right.
This guy is he's dominating right now the game. You know, they talking about him in the MVP. So they was like, all right, you know what? Audrey, it's your assignment. Let's see what you're gonna do. He paid attention to detail and he slowed him down.
No,
It was a
RJ
lot of
defensively played a great game against them. I honestly I'm proud of what he did tonight.
stepped up to the challenge. Me too.
But with that being
First
said,
play.
we still lost the game.
That's true.
So
That's what I
so
said
so so
earlier.
so what happened? What caused us to lose? And in my
Um,
opinion, in my opinion, my humble opinion, it was the bad shot selection. It
Mine was the
was
rebounding.
yeah. Sometimes the a lot of times the ball just happens to land like right back in the shooter spot. But I also but
Second
I don't
chance.
I don't want to blame it completely on that. Like I think it's just sometimes some guys were sleeping on defense too. People get too high sometimes. They focus too much on they put more effort on trying to play offense that they forget. It's like, hey, you got to play defense. On one play, um the ball bounces to a shooter on the wing. I forgot his name. Williams.
Yeah,
Um
they Zaire he was killing the whole night.
he's
Him
killing the whole
and
night.
Jackson.
Right.
But
And
Zion Williams' shots was timely. He was killing us the whole night.
Zaire Williams, right?
Yeah, Zion Williams.
So Quickly is looking at him as the ball bounces into his hands, and quickly then okay reacts a little bit, and then he just kind of like stops, and then it's like no, you got to commit to that defensive move. You feel me? To me, it's just like it was like a lack of effort. Like okay, since I'm not since my shot ain't dropping, I'm not gonna play good defense. Like I'm not saying that was the intention, but that's what it felt like. Um, overall, everyone played a good offensive game. RJ was a little suspect at first with the free throws, but he picked that up after the game. I think he only lost. I mean, missed two free throws. Like I said, those free throws are key
Mm-hmm.
because if those free throws aren't dropping, we're not we're not winning games. It's the reality. Um, the statistics show that when we hit over 90% of our free throws, we win the game. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the free throw battle is what kills us. But tonight we didn't have a bad, you know, free throw shooting game. Um, to me, like I said, I just felt like the shot selection was suspect at the end. Like quickly pulling up on contested threes. I don't want to see that. Grimes in the corner. I love Grimes has such a beautiful jump shot. Like I trust his jump shot. You know what I'm saying? But they were rushed tonight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what was going on, but the shot
He
wasn't
getting a lot
falling.
more.
I just you said what?
No, I was just gonna say he getting a lot more responsibility. You know, I just had that. I just wanted to say that because when he is, he seems like he's on the floor a lot more, a lot more. He is. We know that by his numbers,
Right,
and he's the shots is they it's not they're coming to him like he's gonna get his touches, and that's what I've noticed.
right. I mean, look, it comes with the territory. You're gonna get more shots. You're gonna get more opportunities. I think he's quickly become a fan favorite and also Tip's favorite, which is more important than what we think, right?
You know what he
Um,
does do? He makes one of them players expandable.
yes, he
I don't want to
does.
say quickly, but him and quickly kind of play the same position, and we're
Well,
gonna
well,
see a couple of weeks.
well, yes and no, because at least with quickly, for the time being, he's kind of like the best we have at off the bench, kind of playing that Mo Williams kind of um position.
Hmm.
Um, but
That's true.
I'm gonna be honest though, like a more and more I feel like quickly isn't a point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I I know he said that and whatnot, and people ran with it. Like I played a point guard, so people were like, "Oh, we got the point guard of the future because he can shoot whatever." Yo, listen, to me, it's just like it's just there's not enough there to for me to comfortably be like, yeah, that's the guy that's gonna take us to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
feel like we need a lot more from Quickly, and a lot of the things that we love about Quickly is his fearlessness. That's probably the thing that we love most about him is how fearless he is and how, you know, he always seems to drop a shot exactly when you need it. He's clutch.
You know what I see out of quickly? I can't wait to quickly his game gets polished to where that he pulls up and takes those threes like and you're like, wait, why you shoot that? I was out of rhythm. But once he gets his game polished and he gets his rhythm together and has his go-to moves and stuff like that. Like a lot of players have their go-to move, go-to shot. Quickly is going to be a problem because his
Yeah,
jumper
yeah,
is wet.
I believe in Quickly,
Me
especially
too.
like I said, I love his jump shot. I love his tenacity. I love how much he has improved on defense. But for example, like to me, in the beginning of the game, right, when the game started, why start Kemba? What's the purpose of starting Kemba, right?
I don't know. I
Because
said that when I
because
first saw the lineup. When I saw the starting
because
lineup, I was saying the same thing.
right, if you notice throughout the whole game, if Kemba's out there, right, he's supposed to be guarding John Morant, but obviously we all know he can't guard John Morant. You know what I'm saying? He's not guarding John Morant.
Yeah, Tibbs is up to something. I think it's like they got a deal on hold. That's why So I was surprised
I feel
started
like
the
I feel
past
like
three
I feel like
games.
I feel like they're playing him to shop him to make sure that like he's getting shown and stuff like that. But I'm gonna be honest, like to me there was no purpose in starting Kemba because he wasn't even really running the point for much of the game. RJ was defending um what you
Took
call
the
John
assignment on
Morant,
Kimba, that point guard.
right? So that means that Kemba has to guard a two throughout the whole game. Like it didn't make sense to me. He scored 0 points. He had no effect to this game whatsoever.
How many minutes did he play?
Let me see.
He couldn't have played more than 20 minutes
Let me see. Box score.
because he's just like you
He
said,
he
he's kind
he
of a
couldn't have.
liability.
He's definitely a liability, and that's unfortunate to say because my whole thing is just like I like Kemba.
I like Kimba. I love him with Charlotte. He's a shell of himself right now,
I
and it's
think
a shame too
I feel like he also brings
because
good
he's so
energy to
good.
the bench, like those little things that I feel like are important. You know what I'm saying? But let me see.
I mean, the Knicks is just they
Box
probably
score.
feel some sort of obligation to him. It's like, oh, you left a lot of money on the table. I don't know what he did. He might have got the whole money for all I know, but it's like we locked you up for 2 years. We're gonna play you.
So look at this, right? Kemba being on the floor, right? He played 17 minutes, right?
Hmm.
Scored 0 points, was a +1. Um, and like I said, that plus minus shit, like you gotta take it with a grain of salt, man, because that's more about the players who are around you. So of course he was a +1. The starters did fantastic today. R.J. Barrett scored what was it called, 23 points. Evan Fournier scored 30 points. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
Evan
saying?
Fournier, man.
Mitch scored 14 points.
Mitch
Julius
was the
Randle
play of the game.
yeah, Julius Randle scored 18 points, but
No,
yet
yeah.
he was a -9. RJ was a -2. Evan Fournier was a -4. You know what I'm saying? And then Kemba somehow a +1. That doesn't make sense. That's why you got to take that plus minus with a grain of salt. A lot of times that has to do with the players that are on the court with you.
And he
You know
played
what
with
I'm
the starters. They played all right today. I'm gonna say something. The starters was the guys today.
right,
Every starter in the line. I mean, everybody. Yeah, every starter. Mitch, he did his thing in his own way. He did. He's like I said once. I said, listen, he's at the rate he gonna become a star in his own star. You know what he does. He had 8 blocks
right.
tonight, 8 of
So
them.
look, so
He
listen
almost had a
to
triple
this.
double.
Listen to this, right? Alec Burks scored
Mm,
4 points, right? And those were all off free throws. Was
yeah,
0 for
that's a
3 from the field. Only played 13 minutes. Alec Burks
yeah.
only playing 13 minutes. That's suspect to me.
That is suspect to
That
me.
that
I
tells
mean,
me a move is coming. And keep in mind. Listen to this. Alec Burks was a -17 tonight.
Alec Burke is valuable because he has, listen, he had a good game the game before, and he's been on a little slump. But overall, you look at it, Alec Burke is in the right situation. I think he could be a productive, consistent player. Right now, the Knicks is not the right situation because he's in his I don't I do I should I say peak. He's in his career, the part of his career where he can be a important piece on a championship team.
Right.
So the Knicks, they're moving on from him because this is a clog in all the space, and Derrick Rose coming back, and they're gonna have a lot of. It's gonna be some holes in that lineup
So
when it's all said and done,
let,
and they're
let,
gonna
let
be able to fill them. But some people is leaving, and I like to see what they get back.
say and then listen to this. Nerlens Noel scored 0 points. Right. Matter of fact, no, no, no. He scored 2 points for the wrong team.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, that tap.
Yo, his Butterfingers. I'm done with Noel, bro. I
Honestly,
don't.
I don't really. I know you say I'm done. You down with the Butterfingers and all of
Minus
this and that.
15, bro. Minus
Minus
15.
15. I'm gonna say something. I don't know if
One
it's. I'm gonna
defensive
say.
rebound. Two rebounds, bro.
Damn.
You telling me a center that only has 2 rebounds?
I
That's
don't
not
like that.
okay.
That rebounding stat. That's what kind of If we lost today because we couldn't give too many second chance opportunities. That's why we forced their best player to have he was an off game. He's still gonna get his numbers. It was an off game, but we did that. Bane, he wasn't hitting all his shots, but he hit them second chance shots. They couldn't stop what's the kid name? Jaren Jackson
Hmm.
and Clark. He came from nowhere. He was hitting his buckets, and Zaire Williams. We lost, yeah, we lost because our defense really, because we couldn't stop nobody.
Yeah,
And
but
we
it was also the shot selection. Cause like in the fourth quarter, right? Take with mad time on the clock, right? We're down 6 points, and you decide, hey, I'm gonna shoot a pull up three, right? That like with mad time on the clock, instead of finding the open man that creating something, right? You go ahead, you take that shot. That obviously when you take a 3 pointer, what's the problem with that? The ball is gonna bounce with a lot more force, so it's gonna go like it's gonna be easier for the whatchamacallit, the defense to grab it,
who
right?
took that
Especially the
shot?
wings.
Who took that shot quickly?
Quickly took that shot, bro.
Yeah,
A contested pull up three, bro. That pissed me off because I
he
was
got
like,
a
he always doing that, and it's like, bro,
yeah,
not the time or place. Like I trust your shot, but like this is the time to be smart. You feel me? Not to try to be a hero. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And to me, it was just like if you're gonna take that shot, you gotta take that shot in rhythm. You feel me? Find the open shot. Try to find a better play. Right now, we need points. We only down 6 points. That means two threes, and we would have been in it. You
That
feel
comes
me?
with time. When I say he has to polish his game out, that's exactly what I mean. You polish your game to where okay, I'm not gonna take this shot. I'm gonna take this shot. I'll wait to get the ball to come back around, and I'd rather take the shot in rhythm instead of just
Like
going up hoisting shots. That's not no, no, no.
like
Good
his
teams don't
initials
do
are
that.
literally IQ, bro. Like
Yeah,
play with some basketball IQ.
the good teams don't do stuff like that. They will wait. They'll pass the ball around until they get a good shot. But we can't move the
Exactly.
ball. that's our issue. That's our problem. We can't move the ball amongst each other. So people hoisting crazy shots. It's like that might have been the best chance they had. They had they was backpedaling. He
Yeah,
he got the shot off.
there was like 19 seconds on the clock, man. Like
Yeah, I know.
there's a lot more you can do. Like to
Yeah,
me, it's
yeah, I
just like
know. I'm just
I just don't want to excuse to me bad, like I feel like bad basketball moves. Like I can live if it was an open shot and we missed it and it was like clanked or
all
something,
right.
right?
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. In this case, it was they didn't even try to like find the open man or whatever. They just like everyone's trying to be a hero, and then what happened? The ball happened to bounce in the right place, and we got scored on. And then all of a
Hmm.
sudden, a 6 point lead, a 6 point deficit turned into a 10 point deficit, and
We
that
was
was the
making
end
our
of it.
little runs. We was definitely making our runs. That fourth
So
quarter, we was nowhere. We couldn't stop. We couldn't get no rebound. Too many second chance opportunities.
li-
We gave them
li-
opportunities, and they took advantage.
listen to this. Mitch tonight, right?
Hmm.
7 offensive rebounds.
Yes,
That's
beautiful.
fantastic.
That is
But
super.
here's the downside. Only 4 defensive rebounds.
Because that says that they couldn't stop him basically.
But Randall had 8 defensive rebounds. And 4 offensive rebounds. So Randall also had a good offensive
Yeah,
game. He almost had a triple double. He was 1 assist away from a triple double.
and we played so much better today once Randall got active. We played so much better now. If he, I'm telling you, he's the engine that goes. I've seen this team many times, and I said it many times. So Randall's the leader. Randall has the go. He has to put the team on his back. I got crazy love for RJ, but RJ's not gonna succeed if Randall don't succeed. Randall's
See,
the better player at this point in his career.
mhm. I mean, and my whole thing with Randall is I think a lot of the hate that he gets is a little bit like unwarranted.
Yeah, I don't think it's
He
that much.
like how is he getting so much hate but he's still leading the team in scoring and basically most statistical categories. You know, people say he doesn't share the ball, but he leads the team in assists.
It's the efficiency to me. That's all it is. I mean,
It's the
I'm a, I'm a,
and
it
that
comes down to
happens.
that. Yeah,
And
yeah,
and
it's
that
true.
happens. I do think though that like this um I guess because I saw it since last game. I think that little break that they had before the Kings game, maybe they all had a meeting and they spoke or
Yeah,
something.
right.
You could tell that the morale is just a lot different with
The
the team.
style is different. Like they brought a coordinator in the middle of the season, told
Hmm.
him, "I need to start doing this."
But I feel like it's too little, too late. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's just like,
Yeah, I see it like this, man. With Randall, we spoke on Randall briefly. Well, we're gonna talk about him a bit more. I just got something to say.
hmm
Randall, the efficiency, that's what's really, got me scratching my head. But long story short, Randall was expendable. After we seen him this past season, we could do better without him. I mean, because he is. I think we can move him and get something and package him with a Burke, somebody else. We can get another star in return. That's just even though he has I don't know how much he's an all NBA player last year, so it depends on his value. I mean, this game he had 18 and 12, I believe. So his value is still you're gonna get what you're gonna get from him.
right,
Somebody it might bite and say,
right,
here, we give you him, so you just give us Randall and so and so in return. Randall locked up. He's
right,
still young. He
right,
locked up. I think we should pull the trigger. Like I said, I'm big on getting a point guard, but then we're gonna have a hole for Julius. But then you know what? Obi Toppers could definitely. I don't know if he's a starter yet, but
mm,
he could definitely fill that role for Julius Randle. But I don't know, man. That's why they get paid the money, and I
right,
just speculate.
right. Salute to Robert Parr. Um, in the
Oh, what up,
chat, he's
Robert Paul?
always rocking with us. He said salute to you, E.
All
You know
right,
what I'm
what's good,
saying?
Robert Paul?
Um, yo,
So,
my whole my whole thing with Randall is this, man. I feel like if you're the leader of the team, you show that by example. Like a lot of times, if even if you can't score, you just do it in other ways. To me,
do something else. Yeah.
usually that's defense, and that's right, Robert Parr. No, Nerlens no hands,
I like that. That's a good one. No, there's no hands.
but you do that on the defensive end. Look at Jimmy Butler, right? When I think of a Jimmy Butler, would you say he's the leader of the team over there in Miami,
I think he is.
right?
Well,
Um,
they got Larry, but I still think Jimmy is.
nah, I for sure think I for sure think he is.
Who? Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy. Jimmy is like when
Because
they have a. He's like the logo. He's on the logo for the Heat because
right. But when I think of Jimmy Butler, right? I think the
right.
thing about him that makes him what you gonna call it a leader to that team is that like he might be having a bad offensive night, but you know he's gonna bring it to you on defense
Yeah,
every single night.
yeah. The intensity. Yeah, he
You
brings
feel
it
me? And that's why they win games.
because he goes. They see he's like this dude playing his ass off. He
You know
on
what
my
I'm
team.
saying?
They just like we got to keep up with him. We got to go hard too.
Right. Um. And to me, Julius lacks that sense of like awareness to be like, yo, I'm not having a great offensive night. Let me bring it to these guys on defense. He's over here running slow, whatever. To me, like it tells me you're not the leader of the team. You feel me? You're really supposed to be somebody's second, maybe even third option. You feel
Hmm.
me? But you
I
need
don't dare to say he a third option, but that second, yeah, he's all over that second option.
he
But some
listen,
people say that.
but think about it, yo. He's a power forward, right? Nasty, nasty. You know the things he can do is incredible. But really, like imagine if there was a point guard running the ball 90% of
Yeah,
the time. We had a star point guard, and imagine apart from that, we had somebody at like small forward or something that like that's a star.
we don't sleep on Cam Reddish, man. I'm surprised he's not in a starting. He's not in rotation. But don't sleep on him because they just traded him. Obviously, they saw something in him.
So
And I
I
mean,
mean,
you see these knockdown shooters nowadays in the NBA. You could say a lot of them, but he could be one of them, and he got the capability to play D on the other side, like a true 3 and D.
hmm
And those is it's not enough of those in the NBA.
yeah, but
We got one,
but it's yet to be seen. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's
right?
gonna be a while before we really see him. But right now, let's just let's talk about the players that we have on our team right now that are currently playing in the rotation, right? So we
All
got
right,
Kemba Walker that did nothing for us tonight starting, right? I'm sorry that I'm going back to this, but I just there's a point that I want to get across, right? If
right.
I'm the coach, what I'm doing is I'm actually gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start either Quickly or Grimes. I'm starting them. And I'm just gonna have RJ playing the point guard position for tonight, because we can't risk if you're gonna have RJ guarding John Morant the whole night. That means that Kemba Walker has to guard Zaire Williams. And who killed us tonight? Zaire
Zaire
Williams,
Williams,
John Morant, and Jaren Jackson Jr.
John Morant looked like he was more. He was like, wait a minute, look at this crowd. I was over by the Garden earlier today,
hmm
and the game was gonna start like so I was like, all right, boom, the game's starting at 7:30. I saw people outside, and I see a lot of John Morant jerseys. Surprisingly, John Morant jerseys was
I mean, he's a popular dude, and you know what? He deserves that. He's scoring almost 27 points per game, bro. Like that's
he's getting a lot of love out there in New York, and I think the way I saw him having speaking, like he was distracted. I was like, I think he might be distracted by he's getting a lot of love out here in New York, and I'm just, hey man, I don't know, man. You ever thought about? I know you thought about John Morant coming to the Knicks with the number 2 pick, but you ever thought about past that? Because that New York love, man. He might say, "Wait a minute, they like me here. I don't want to play in New York."
Man, I'm not
I
waiting
mean,
on nobody. I'm not waiting on nobody, bro. At this point,
yeah,
I feel like with the Knicks, we gotta spend to get something. You feel me? That's the way the league has it
nah,
set up.
we not
You know,
getting him. I know he's a
you know what I'm
franchise
saying?
Grizzly.
That's what I'm saying, bro. All right, so look at this, man. Um, if you would have started, let's say Emmanuel quickly, who's can do something on defense, or like I said, Quentin Grimes, and just have him play, you know, the one like even though RJ's running the ball, he's really gonna be playing. I guess like he would be on the lineup as a point guard, but RJ is really the one who's gonna be running point, right? Um, this way we're really having a better defensive game and offensive game because Grimes is a two-way player. RJ, you already know what he could do, and I've said this in the past. RJ is a better um uh ball handler than people give him credit for. Then you have Fournier at the two. Like you already know what Fournier could do.
He's doing
You
what he
got
need to do. Supposed to do. He's supposed to hit those timely shots when the offense is running.
I
Like
like
that
the way he's
pickup.
been playing lately, bro.
Yeah, man. When the offense is like last season, we go possession after no bucket. Fournier is filling that role. That's the reason we got him originally. He's really filling that. He got just
Went
30
eight
points
for
tonight.
12 from three, bro.
Eight threes. Remember how I was like, listen, we need a
Eight
floor
for
spacer, a floor spacer.
12.
He's
You
perfect
know how
for us.
accurate he's shooting right now?
Yeah, man. So it looks great because I was like, wow, that's a good sign. And they said, people say, oh, the money was too much. It's like, nah, break it down. That's a 3 year deal with an option, and that's the going rate for a player like him. And they got him, and we need a floor spacer. We was a little touch and go about the defense he brings to the floor, but if a guy can get you 30 points a night, and he's done it a few times this season, it don't matter. He got to be on the floor. It
He's
don't
shooting
matter.
almost 40% from three.
It's
Almost
like
40.
he's got to play. You got to play him, and he's yeah. I'm happy
He
about
just
that.
needs to keep that up.
Yeah, exactly.
Said Robert Parr said IQ started catching fire, and then he has back-to-back turnovers that gave up five and doubled the lead. Yes, that's what
Yeah,
I was talking about. You see what Robert Parr is talking about?
I I know exactly what you're talking.
That shot selection that IQ has is crazy. And if you're trying to be a point guard in this league and your name is IQ, you gotta have some
You play with
basketball
some
IQ, bro.
IQ. I hear that,
Like,
bro.
come on, man. Like that to me, like you had like 19, like 20, 19 seconds, something like that on the clock. And you're gonna go ahead and try to shoot a pull-up three that you bricked when like move the ball, try to find the better shot. We were only down 6 points.
I was like, he
Two,
was feeling himself. He was feeling himself. When we
but
polish his game out,
this isn't the time. Like
I
you know what I'm
know.
saying? You know
I
what I'm
know
saying? Like
exactly
you're
what you
not
mean.
there yet, bro. Like you don't
He's
have that respect yet to do that. Like
you know
who
how
are
players
you?
you know how you know how players they do that heat check. It's like
Yeah,
hitting
yeah.
all the shots. He gave himself a
Nah,
heat check. I was like, damn, that was the wrong time though.
but
You
that's the
gotta
wrong time to do that, bro.
like
Like, bro, this is the time. Like, you know how much more beautiful it would have been if he would have moved that ball beautifully, got the assist to somebody that's open, and like let's say, because Evan Fournier was out there when this happened, right? Because Evan Fournier played the last minutes of the game.
yeah.
He closed out the game. He would have found Evan Fournier, who was hot all game, for an open three. You can almost guarantee because he's shooting 40%. There's a really good chance that ball would have went in. He went 8 for
I
12
like that.
tonight.
There's a real good chance that shot would have went in.
He went 8 for 12 today,
I
bro.
agree with you,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? Like to me, it just it was he's talking about that he wants to be a point guard and this that and the fourth. Right now, he's not proving that to me. Right now, moves like that make you more and more into a movable asset to me. Like I'm
Uh,
willing to move your ass for Donovan Mitchell and some other players. You know,
yeah, yeah. If you give me
like in a
something,
package.
because he's
Like
worth something in the package. I would, if it was
he's
a
worth
package, they would
something.
probably want him back, and I get that though. It depends. I hope we don't get no. We're gonna see.
And don't get me wrong, I got love for Quick, bro. I got a lot of love for Quickly because I feel like Quickly it has been here since the turnaround of the team. He's part of the reason that we got to the playoffs last year. His beautiful, his beautiful jump shot and everything. You feel me? His free throw shooting is beautiful. You feel me? You have to respect it.
I do. I respect that too because you got a player. Not if he's a great free throw shooter. He's a great shooter. You could tell he knocks down 3 pointers from damn should I say the logo a little bit before the logo, but he hits
Right,
those shots with consistency, and he's only in his second year. So you think about it. Wait till he gets more mature. His game
right,
fully blossoms. Wait till his game fully blossoms. You're gonna have a important player to any team on your team right now. You just gotta let him rock, let him blossom. Look back and say, "Wow, this dude is good." I, so it's a little, you got to make a decision. Do you really want to give out this potential right here?
right, right.
Got to make a decision.
To me, it's just like be smart, bro. Like move the ball. Just move it. Just like kill some time on the clock. Find the open man. Let the game come to you. Don't try to force it and try to play a hero. Cause don't get me wrong, he would have hit that shot. Now it's a different story. Now we talking. Right now we would have been talking about like, yo, quickly he had a great game, whatever. This, that, and the fourth. But I'm not with that hero ball shit. I'm about. Listen, look at teams like Golden State, right? Curry, yes, he can make those contested shots. That's Curry though, bro.
He's proven it. He can
That's
do it many
Steph.
times.
But let me tell you, Steph doesn't just take them because he feels like it. Unless he has a huge lead or something, you feel me?
Yeah.
Unless he has the lead. When you have the lead, go ahead. You feel me?
But but Steph has a go-to move, and that's one of his go-to moves.
No, but
But
what I'm saying, but
quickly
what I'm
needs a
saying, E,
go-to.
what I'm saying, E, right? If you have the
Hmm.
lead, it's okay to do like it's okay to an extent to do things like that. You feel me? You got the lead. Now you just trying to shut them down. Be like, yeah, take that too. Put that nail in the coffin, kind of thing. You feel me? Curry, on
That's
the other
that's
hand, when he
youth.
takes those crazy contested shots and he makes them half the time, it's just like it's in within basketball play. It's like okay, the time on the clock is running down. I gotta put this shot up.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
feel me? Like it's not just like he's just throwing it up. Quickly just kind of tries to throw it up there and tries to get a call or whatever. You feel me? Like that 4 point play, that was a beautiful play.
Yeah, he just shot the ball with one hand. You can see
That
it
that
one.
that that 3 point play after, right? And the next possession, that was great too, bro.
Yeah, it
Because
was.
that was open, it was in rhythm. But that contested one was like, bro, what are you doing?
It
You
looks
know,
good. I mean, quickly is a good player, and I'm afraid we're gonna give him up.
bro, it's
And
time. You know what I was thinking the whole time, bro. The whole time I was watching this game, I was thinking to myself, damn, we need Derrick Rose back, bro.
but it's totally understandable if they give up quickly. But I just
Totally.
like wow. I wish
Nah, it would make
quickly.
me sad because I like quickly, bro. I love quickly. Matter of fact, you feel me? I
Yeah,
got.
that,
It's just a matter of like you're not a point guard though, bro. You've proven that in your shot selection that you're not the point guard of this team, bro. You just gotta play smarter than that. Especially in the Knicks, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, I understand you're fearless and all that, but like, just be smarter, bro. Like, I just don't. I don't get it, E. I just don't.
I mean, look, we're gonna talk about this a little bit more tonight because we see what's going on. We see the season. We see what they bringing to the table, and they're not bringing wins. I see it like this. From now on, from here on, we gotta realize how many assets we got, and ask yourself, what do you want to do with the Knicks? I asked myself this today. I was like, yo, do we want to go on a full-fledged youth movement? Where I mean, trade Julius Randle. Julius Randle is still young, so his value is still there. I don't know how high it is after the season, but it's still there.
Mhm.
People know what he could do when he in the right situation.
Mhm.
Full-fledged youth movement. Trade Julius Randle for a young star. But try to keep your draft picks so you can draft it. You can bunch those draft picks together. Try to get more assets and just go full steam ahead. We're going after a young point guard,
Mhm.
specifically Dante Murray. But you don't have to go there. Just get somebody young that can potentially be better than Julius Randle because we got third-year players, we got second-year players, we got Grimes here, rookie. Everything is coming together.
Mhm.
We have a young core in Julius Randle. and sprinkle a little bit of Alex Burke and the centers, but Mitch Robinson is part of that young core. So it's like you got to make
Right.
a decision. We have a very young core, and we might not be winning games, but remember, we're still young. We don't even have a point guard yet. Julius Randle is the star of our team. Is he playing like the star of our team? He's gonna get his numbers, but he's not playing like that true leader, that true number one that this young team needs.
Right.
I'm
So
considering it. Maybe they need to go full trade Julius Randle for some talent. Try to get try to get a player, but I would say a player
I
to actually
me
specifically
personally,
go after.
you
Draft
want
picks
my
is
honest
cool
opinion?
too.
You want my honest opinion? My
What's
honest
up?
opinion?
Yeah.
Nobody in this team is untradeable to me, personally.
That's
Personally,
yeah.
damn, even
Right.
Grimes. Like I love Grimes. He's not untradeable to me. I know, people be acting like the players on this team are gods. You feel me? But they haven't proven anything really yet. They had a couple good games, but they haven't proven anything. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
hmm I
I'm
totally I feel
packaging.
you.
I'm personally. I'm calling Utah.
And you really on that Donovan Mitchell thing.
I'm calling Utah, bro. And I'm here. I'm like here. Take Randall. Take 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 Randall. Take who and then whoever else you want. You feel
Nah,
me? And some picks.
I'm not going for what's the best way? What's the word? A legitimate. I don't want to say legitimate, but a proven. I don't want to go out there a proven superstar because it's gonna cost too much.
Yo, but with the Knicks, it always costs us too much.
That's why
You
I'm
feel
not
me?
really into.
We're gonna pay somebody, bro. We're gonna be over the over the luxury tax, all that. That's us, bro. That's the way it works for big market teams like us.
Yeah, but we can't keep trading for legitimate stars. We gotta take it. We gotta get our own star. You know what I mean? Like with
Y-
Julius Randle, we have a star, Julius Randle. We got lucky with him. If he's not working out, he got a value. Let's trade him
Salute
and
to
get
our
another
brother.
star back.
Salute to our brother Shaw Legacy, who's
Oh,
currently in the
Shy.
chat.
Oh, what's good,
Um,
Shy?
I know today he has to do, a couple things in his personal life. So salute to you, my brother, and keep up the good work. We're gonna hope to see you next time on the show.
All right.
Um, bro, but we have to move something, bro. Like that's the thing. It's like you gotta understand. Like I know in red it scares you. It's probably the thing. Like you're thinking to yourself, like, yo, we're the Knicks, bro. Like we're gonna give up everything to help. Hopefully this player pans out. But what if he doesn't? What if he gets hurt? We think of all the what ifs. We think of all the worst case scenarios, right?
Woo.
But this is sports, bro. This is risk assessment. You know what I'm saying? How many times somebody took a risk on a player? Um, even because every time you draft a player, that's a risk. You feel me? You don't. We took a risk with Frank Ntilikina. We went ahead and took a risk with Kristaps Porzingis. Took a risk with even Patrick Ewing, if you want to be honest. But guess what? Patrick Ewing ended up panning out to something great. You feel me? A legend.
Legend.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the name of the game. Like you gotta understand, if we were a small market team, I'm like, yeah, no, maybe we don't move the only things that we got. But it's like, nah, we're a big market team. Because we are who we are and we have the heaviest jerseys in the league, we're giving up something, bro.
But I mean, I mean, I'm gonna bring it up. We did it with Melo,
Did it with Melo.
and we got burnt because Melo left what, like 16.
Hmm.
We was able to
Ended
draft
up turning into
Porzingis.
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, we lost a lot out of that Melo deal, but we didn't get good for a few years later. And we luckily, because we never get the number one pick, we got a number three pick. We drafted a player, and we're kind of on the same. I mean, we made it to the playoffs last year, but then we kind of fell back down to earth this season. But we
E,
can
but
get
you but
better.
but
But
you know
that
what's the
Melo deal, we could have had Jamal Murray. That Melo deal wiped away all of our assets. Long story short, wiped away all of our assets for like the next 5 years. So
right?
now it's like it's either Melo, bust. He ain't have no star. He was never able to get no star. That's why I was like, we got some young players right now, and they're very valuable because I could look at them and look at the other players in the NBA. But if we can't trade them guys, we got a player like Randall, and we got some legitimate players, legitimate rotational players, starters. Some teams, let's package those guys and try to get another star back because then we be eating. Like that's gotta be gotta be a
E,
huge
but you
come
know
up
what's the
for us.
difference? E, you know what's the difference between then and now? We
What?
did we didn't have the same front office we have now. This front office ain't playing, bro. The
Yeah,
other front office we had, we had a whole bunch of bums running this organization, bro.
yeah, they was
People that did
novices.
not know basketball. You know what I'm saying? I
They
didn't
they
even
was
remember.
novices.
You know how bad it was. I don't even remember the GM the OGM was. Why? I try to erase him from my memory as soon as possible,
It
bro.
was
He did
Grunfeld.
such a terrible job.
He did a good job, Grunfeld and them.
No,
And
not
then
Grumfield. I'm talking about not the GM, the president of basketball, the old one. The
Isaiah Thomas.
no, after that, the last one we
Oh,
fired,
the dude. The last. Oh yeah, that
Steve
was the
Mills.
garden manager. He should have. He's not a
Steve
GM. He's a
Mills.
guard. He's a garden
Right.
manager. You know, what I mean, he controlled the money in the garden. They decided to give him a basketball title, which I don't know what they was thinking, but we had to suffer for that too.
Shot Legacy, salute my brother. I
Yo,
thought I wasn't
Oh, what up,
expecting
shot?
to see you tonight, but I'm happy
yo,
you're
it
here,
was
brother.
good, bro. Yeah, it was
Oh,
good
chilling,
audio.
man.
Yeah, I had some time, so everything was smoother than normal. You know, my Wednesdays be hectic. Kind
Right.
of worked out this week. You know what I mean? So I knew I was gonna pop up. Well, I knew within the last 30 minutes that I was gonna pop up.
All right.
Brother. So what? Some of the topics we touched upon today. I was saying earlier that I felt like today the game wasn't out of reach. I know a lot of people talking about is a good game, is a good game, but to me we still lost. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we could cut it every which way. You feel me? We still lost, and the reason I have a real big problem with this loss is because it was a game that wasn't out of reach till bonehead plays by our team towards the end.
yeah,
People who are supposed to
yeah,
be our point guards. You feel me?
yeah.
Or trying to be.
This would have been a good one to have. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
this one kind of remind me like when we beat when we beat Dallas.
Mhm.
We manhandled them, and they was one of the hottest teams in the league at that time. They was on like a 7 or 8 game winning streak.
Right.
So that win was it meant something. You know what I mean? Like this would have been one of those joints that we actually need for our confidence moving forward because we about to go on the West Coast trip.
We did some
Right.
good things tonight,
This,
but we
you know what I'm
took the
saying? I think
L.
we're going on like a 5 game West Coast trip.
Right.
Yeah,
Now, like they probably already packing their shit right now. You know what I mean?
they ought to play
But
like that.
yeah, we actually needed this shit. You know what I mean? And we played
They
good.
ain't
We
they ain't
played like we
Teterboro.
know. You can see, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see the urgency. Like we didn't really we didn't look flat. You know what I'm saying? We didn't look lost. It was just the game just started getting out of hand. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we was in it.
Right.
So I don't know if they could take some positivity out of that. They should. You know what I mean? Because we in scary hours now. Like our season is slowly closing, like
Right.
about to be a wrap. So everything means something. So
I just want to see improvement because I know if they had to go on, like I said earlier, they got to go on a 15-game winning streak if they trying to make the playoffs.
yeah, they have to
Um,
be the hottest team in the league for like a
for
month.
like for like a month.
Word. And no mistakes. Like 30,
Uh,
like 30, like at least 30, 36 days of no mistakes. Like, know what
they
I
had to
mean?
play spotless ball. Like, I
Yeah.
don't see that happening with this roster, but
We
it's
put
gonna change
ourselves,
in a
we put
couple
our
weeks.
back behind, we put our back against the wall with this shit, the way the season is going.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And to me it's just like I feel like this team is 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 better than the way that they're playing. I'm gonna be honest. Like I feel like a lot of this that's going on too is just I think it's just mental stuff. You feel me? Things maybe there's things going on outside of basketball, but maybe it's just players that are feeling themselves a little bit too much. And like to me, it's just like none of y'all had proven anything. This like I feel like that's why we need somebody like a Donovan Mitchell, somebody that's proven. You feel me? Somebody that has that fire, that intensity. They're gonna
Right.
come with that.
Exactly.
You feel me? The
And he
players that we
still,
got, they'll be on one game, next game. You don't know what you're getting, bro.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm with you on that. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, where my head is at. My mind, I'm like, yo, it's nothing special about this roster. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Right.
Like, this is the type of roster where everybody got to be clicking on all cylinders and be in sync in order to be anything. You
Mm,
can't have no slacking here, slacking there, slacking in this position, slacking. I mean, because it ain't nobody to really like pick up the load. You know what I mean?
right.
So everybody got to be like playing flawless basketball, and that shit is hard. Like, if you ain't got the gift like that, you just don't got it. But you could make it in the league. You know what I'm saying? But everything got to be in its proper order in order for certain levels of talent to succeed. You know what I'm saying? And the way this team is, yeah, pack all this shit up, man. Go get Donovan Mitchell, man. Something like that. Like, you need something special in the garden. We deserve something special.
I mean,
Nah,
but you know what? I ain't with. I feel you, man. If you could go get him, go get him. I just don't want to trade the damn roster because we could get him, and ain't gonna be nobody else to help. It's just gonna be him by himself. We did
Oh
that
no,
already with Melo,
it's
and
ways to go. It's ways to go around this thing, man. It's ways. We got
yeah,
options. We just if you listen to Knicks fans, a lot of Knicks fans are scared to pull a trigger. They only want to pull a trigger on people that they don't like. But
I
that ain't how
like
you
Mitchell.
get better. You know, no, I'm
Mhm.
talking about as far as like who they want to trade. They don't like Randall. Oh, let's trade him. Y'all think that's gonna solve the problem? No, it's not. In order to get better, you're gonna have to make sacrifices that, you know,
they're
it,
gonna
it,
hurt.
it, it's gonna hurt you. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna hurt you to sign that last little form, but you're gonna gain so much though.
Mm,
Nah, I see it more like this. Randall is still a young, ascending player to the still in the NBA. He has game. He probably didn't find his correct game, but he has the game. We like, yo, he's good. We can trade. We can add other pieces on top of him to make him like like you have to have him. He's like a irresistible with that package they made up.
mm-hmm.
So got to get another legitimate star back in return. And if you
He,
look at it, keep our young players. We try to keep some
man,
picks because we probably have to trade picks.
I ain't too
And
fond
we add
about.
another young
I ain't
star
too fond
into the core,
about.
but he got to be a difference maker. And we got Obi Toppins to slide in where Julius left off. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I
So
Which
mean, with the way that we so in love with certain players, they should be the difference maker if they get that much love, if they got that much of a fan base, you know what I mean?
it's
Why
the
are they on
same
the roster and they
situation.
not the difference maker?
It's the same situation
But nobody wants
anywhere
to
you go
trade
with
them.
it. Any way you want to go with it.
No,
You know, I
it
say
really
Julius
breaks down
Randle,
to go
RJ
ahead.
Barrett. I'm not trading RJ Barrett because RJ Barrett is young. He got the
You're
youth on
not
his side, and
you're not
he's
trying to
he's
get
going
better.
after it. He's going to get it. Julius Randle is good, but he don't go get it like RJ. RJ,
y-
that's you know what? You can say whatever you want. You got to give it
That's
to
your
him on that.
opinion, bro.
You got to give it
That's
to him
your
on that.
no. We all know that you're a fanatic, and that's your opinion on R.J.
I ain't no
Barrett.
fanatic. I'm
You
a
know what I'm
Nick
saying? I'm
fanatic.
talking about me and Audio just said in order to get those special type of players, you're gonna have to make sacrifices that you really don't want to do because you attached to what you have, but you know that that's not it. You know that ain't gonna get you
Yo,
to where you trying to go.
I know you're right. It is some special type of players. John Moran is a special type of player.
Of
I was watching
course.
him today, and I was like, all right, you know what? I was like, he's doing things with ease. He
he
shot
was
that
like he's
floater.
like I get it.
He
I
shot he
get
shot
it.
that floater over Mitch. He shot that floater over Mitch. Like he put the perfect touch on that. And he did a few other things. I mean, for the most part, we know now. We know we have a legitimate star two way player on our team, RJ Barrett, because he did a good job on on Ja. RJ did a good job
No,
on him.
he did his thing tonight on Ja. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna hold you.
I don't think I ever saw. I mean, I ain't gonna say. I'd be lying if I say something like
Defensively,
that.
defensively. Let's-
Yeah, yeah. He put. You know, I'll go as. I mean, I ain't gonna say because he still got his numbers at the end of the game, but he did a good job defensively. I just want to say that. But John Moran is a legitimate bona fide star. Um, it's another player too. I think Evan Mobley, he's gonna be a star. It's a
But
couple other
but but
players.
the question is, E, and just to keep, I'm just trying to keep you on track here, brother. Um,
Yeah.
how do we improve this team? Like that really is the question that Shaw is asking. Is like you can't improve without making sacrifices. This is especially when you're in a market like ours. If you're in a small market, yeah, you keep all those little crumbs and stuff like that.
Hmm.
You feel
Right.
me? But us, bro, nobody wants to come and put on this jersey willingly. You feel me? People got to see how great it is. And the only way that they're gonna see that if you bring greatness here. Once you bring somebody like a Spider-Man, bro. You bring Spider-Man here?
But listen to this, man.
You
Listen to
bring
this.
Spider-Man to New York, bro? Come on, that's
If if
crazy.
if if Spider if Spider came here and they left the majority of this roster here for him to play with, but they traded Randall and some other vets and maybe a one young piece and some picks or whatever, however it go.
Yeah.
He would request that these other dudes get up out of here.
You
He's
wanna
not
know
going to
what?
sit here and play with these dudes.
2 years
Matter of
ago,
fact, players are gonna want to come here because we have him, bro. Now they have a reason to want to be here.
you say give up. Hold on, I gotta say that. You say give up Donovan Mitchell 2 years ago. Donovan Mitchell 3 years ago. Donovan Mitchell was the same age as he was in the same draft class as R.J. Barrett, John Morant, and all of them. He was in the same draft class. So I'm like, why trade? Why trade up with your team for why trade part of your team for a dude that's around the same age? And after the game, you saw all of the players from the same draft come together. Reddish, RJ, John Morant. That's the NBA. The NBA is now. They're about to be the guys you hear about is John Morant. They're about to be the guys. And Donovan
Who
Mitchell's
about to
gonna
be the
start getting
guy?
older. Ja, RJ,
Ja's
Jaren
already the
Jackson.
guy.
Hold up,
Now,
hold up. I'm not
see,
just
the
saying him.
RJ
I'm
thing is
saying
your
Jaren
opinion, bro.
Jackson. It's a group of players that's like, all right, give them a year or two. They're going to be legitimate stars. So I'm like, nah, we don't give
But
up
that's
on
not
our
a
young
E. What
players.
I'm telling you, E, is that's not a fact. You like that's not a. We don't know if RJ is gonna be a superstar. We don't know if Obi gonna be a superstar. We know what we
I ain't say
see
all
right
that.
now. Ja is not no maybe in another 2 years he probably he already there. You know what I mean? He
Ja
only
star
gonna go.
already.
He's a
Yeah,
superstar.
He's
You know
a
what I mean?
superstar,
star. We
bro.
know that already. That's like he's established
That's
that throughout the
that's all
season so
ESPN
far.
can talk about right now, man.
Yo, I told you ESPN is his own reality show network. Like they film him all day,
Nah,
every day.
Ja's is
You
the
know what I'm
truth.
saying? Like they got him up there like that's a reality show for him. Like you know what I mean? Like that
Hmm.
it ain't no guessing about. See what everybody else that you name, you're guessing that you said they gonna be a star in 2 years. That's not edged in stone.
Ja be on Twitter and all of that. Like ESPN had to pick that up. It's like this just gaining steam. This John Morant player from the Grizzlies, and look at that. You know, now he all over the channels.
Yeah,
It's
it's
all
just
about
like
how the front office feel though. If they want to be patient, then be patient. But if they came here for a reason, because the thing that always make me feel like the door is open for trades is because I don't think Leon and World Wide West came here just to sit around and be mediocre.
I don't think so.
I think
I
You
they
don't
can't
think
came
so,
here
bro.
answer.
to flex their ability and their powers and the strengths that they got and the connections that they got to eventually turn this shit around. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Unless they had something special in the little already that was just like you just saw nothing but star just dripping off of them. Like, but that ain't the case with the Knicks.
It's not. Mm-mm. To me, it's just like, you know, that you know, they don't want to be another, Steve Mills. You know what I'm saying? You don't bring and
Exactly.
change the whole personnel, and then this is the best you can do, because then it's like. You imagine the story, bro. If Leon Rose is like, I bet I'm getting out of here. You know what I'm saying? This is the best I could do. This isn't fixable. Like what now? You feel me? Like they're not gonna allow that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Dolan's about his bread, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I asked the question I asked the last time we was on, because those games, those TV games meant a lot. And Robert Paul, I don't know if y'all went back to that show, the last show we did. Rob Paul was in the comment section like a few days after the show, like a day after the show. He was dropping comments, and me and him was conversing back and forth because he was like those you it was more than 18 games. We had 29 TV games, and I was like, yeah, I knew it had to be more than that. You know what I mean? So we went, so the following year, Robert Park corrected us. He said the following year we had six, and we went from six TV games to 29 games because of the
That's
season
beautiful.
that we had last year. That's
Hmm.
crazy. And they said that that's the biggest league. That's like the biggest leap that any team ever did. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
beautiful,
So
bro.
that's why I asked the question, like, do you think that we got the type of front office that would just like, all right, we're just gonna get rid of Randall and get these vets out of here, and we just gonna dedicate about 2 years to the kids to see them gel together and see what they could become. I don't think these dudes is sitting up there wasting time like that.
I see it like this. They got to make a trade regardless. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I would stick. I would hold on to a few players. I number one. I want to. I would hold on to Grimes. I
Yeah,
want to say
Grimes
that
is the
right
only
now,
one that I really want to hold on to, honestly.
because Grimes.
But he's tradable too for the right price. Don't get it
Yeah,
twisted now.
of
Uh huh.
course he is. That's of course he is. You know what I mean?
But
Like I'm not stopping up, you know what I mean, some of these blockbuster deals for grams. I'm not gonna do that, you know
nah,
what I mean?
you need a player like Grimes on your team because he could fill up a. He's always. He can fill up a lot of roles, by being a defensive player, and he got a crazy jump shot. That's the type of player. You know what? He ain't going. He ain't gonna be a part of us for a long time to come. But him, um, you know what? I would personally keep RJ, but I mean, I could see somebody saying if we get a good deal, we're gonna throw him in there because the Knicks usually do things like that.
I
But
mean, that story that Nice sent us in the chat, right? When he was like, that RJ was being shopped last year for the fourth pick or whatever.
I don't believe that shit, man. Come on.
Could be
Did we ever
true.
find out who was the source of that?
I don't think
Um,
RJ ever was being traded.
I it sound familiar to me when Nice said that. It sound familiar. I don't think it never really like had no legs to it like that, but it sound like something like that came out like last off season.
Saying you
It
can't
sound
give a
familiar.
player, can't give a player of his caliber up at so of an early age. Excuse me, my bad. You can't give a player his caliber up so early in his age. Like he's
Yes,
only
you
20,
can.
bro. He's only
But
20.
I got a
No, he's
question for you.
21.
I got a question for you, E. Right?
Yeah,
Let's say in let's say in 2 years, 3 years, right?
right.
RJ doesn't develop into being anything, and that player that we could have traded for ends up winning a championship with a team similar to ours. Then what are you saying?
Like that
Be-
was like a trade that's never happened in the NBA. Like no trade, the outcome like that, I don't think has ever succeeded the way if they win the championship the next year, and the person you traded for has to be the leading everything. I don't. That's never
DeMar
happened before.
DeRozan.
But he didn't win a title.
DeMar DeRozan was traded
That's true, Kawhi. You're right. That's true.
for
You got me
Kawhi.
on that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I
You
forgot
feel
about
me?
that.
Hmm.
And like,
Yeah, so that happened
and like,
before.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like I know, like I love RJ, bro. That's my guy.
But he got to go to a contender because the
Imagine if
team he went
Toronto
to,
held on to DeRozan and said, "No, we're not doing that trade."
they couldn't get over the hump with DeRozan. So they went
Imagine
and got
that shit.
Kawhi and got over the hump because they still was a good team, though.
Yo, and look at that, and now DeRozan is finally having the type of season
Yeah, he let Pop
that he was
Pop
supposed
got
to
to
be
him.
having.
I
You
wanted
feel?
him. I wanted us to go after him in the off season, and I was on a lot of shows. I was listening to a lot of shows last
That
year,
would have been
I
crazy.
ain't gonna hold you.
and
I was
and
one of those
dudes
people
was
that didn't want him, bro.
the
He
but
But
the
now I
but the,
regret
the
it.
but the reason that they were saying, which is always just bugs me out. I kept hearing the same excuse. Nah, I don't think we should go after DeRozan because that's gonna mess up RJ's growth if he's playing
Nah,
on the team with DeRozan. Multiple people
nah.
were saying this, and I'm like, see, this is
That
the
would have been
problem.
beautiful.
Y'all so clicked on one person that y'all forget about the whole, which is the team.
Hey man, I you know what? DeRozan would be great on the Knicks right now, though. He would probably be one of the. He would be good because he's killing in
He
Chicago,
would
and he
yo
got
if he
Zach LaVine.
yo think about this E right. If
Yeah,
we had DeRozan, RJ would probably be having a breakout season because he
Of
would be
course,
playing the
the
two.
pressure will be
of
off of him.
course.
The pressure will be
This was
off of
my
him.
this was
So
my whole thing why I couldn't understand why people kept saying I thought it would be even better to have both of them on in the starting unit together. You know what I mean?
mhm.
RJ at the two, DeRozan at the three. Like, I think like, no, that's going to take because really some of these fans, well, not say fans, some of these fanatics, all they want to do is see RJ have success. They don't even care if we lose or win,
Hmm.
Right. Which is
which is
weird,
just
bro.
bugged out to me. It's that's when it start getting spooky. Like,
I just wanted the team to get better. Like you had me doubting Tibbs.
Nah, but to me it's just like RJ's development. Like I swear he probably would have got most improved player something like that if DeRozan was on the team because then DeRozan would have been playing the three. RJ would have stayed at the two, and RJ probably would. RJ was cooking at the two because he was bigger than a lot of these guys, stronger. You feel
Right,
me? But
yeah,
because
right.
he was forced to play the three this year because we lost Reggie Bullock, like his season is not as good as it should be. You could like you no, and I'm sure Shaq can agree. You could see RJ improve. You could tell that
hmm
he improves. He's been working on his game. The game he understands what he needs to do, but a lot of times he can't because of the position that he was forced in. You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna just I say it again. It comes back. I think they need a point guard because the team got talent. I just see
I'm gonna be
talent.
honest. Even though Spider Mitch runs the two, honestly, he could be the point guard. Like he's that nice. He can play the point, bro.
hmm
Nah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, it depends on who's running the offense, to be honest with you. But I don't see him being a point because he moves so quick. He can play good off the ball. Like really, he can really play good. You know how he runs to spots and gets the ball, pump fake, and he off the dribble. Being a point guard, he wouldn't be able to utilize those skills. So they probably keep him off the ball. But he can break you down too. I've seen him break you down a few times. You know, in a one on one. Yeah,
yeah.
he's a star. He dropped
Yo, Donovan
seen him
Mitchell's a
drop 50 a
problem,
couple.
bro. Like he's no joke, son. Like
He's a bona fide star in the NBA. Super. I ain't gonna give him the superstar status quite yet. You gotta make it to the conference finals or something.
Oh, he's
see, but that's
already
the
up there.
thing. That's the thing. I feel like he's right. He's almost there. He's like right below what a superstar would be.
Dame is a superstar.
And the only reason I think that Donovan Mitchell is not a superstar is because of the market he's playing in.
Nah, it's not that. Donovan Mitchell still now Donovan Mitchell he's like on the brink of superstar stardom. Seriously, because I seen him drop 50 a few times. He went on him and Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray, they was in the ball. I mean, bubble, but Donovan Mitchell dropped like 50 something. Um, Jamal Murray came back, dropped 50 something again, and they were just doing that the whole series. I was like, damn. I remember I knew about him when he was in the playoffs, but I'm like, yo, this dude he changed. He turned into just like a scorer, one of the best in the NBA, and now his team is doing good because he got Mike Conley, and Mike Conley is the type of point guard I want the Knicks to get. because when they got Mike Conley, that made that that Jazz team so much better.
I got a question for you, E.
What's up?
Do you feel honestly in your heart, do you feel like us just having a distributing point guard that fixes the whole problem with the team? Because and here's the reason I ask, and then you can go ahead and answer, right?
All right.
The reason I ask is because it doesn't matter if we have a ball moving um point guard, in my opinion, if the players that we're passing to ain't making the shots.
Yeah. Well, that I would like that play to have a jump shot too. But I think having a ball distributor is because Julius Randle. I think Julius Randle leads the team in assists, and that offense is basically it's. This is how it seems to me. Um, RJ now he just got the ball. He get the ball. He go to the rack. He go to the rack. He doesn't stop and shoot. He goes to the rack all the time. And Julius Randle just stands around by the 3 point line and he just waits to get the ball. Or Julius Randle gets the ball to the top, makes a move, and kicks it out to somebody. I think a point guard has the knowledge of how to set plays. Okay, you standing over here, you do this, come run a pick and roll. He gonna get the team moving more, and they have talent. So once they on the move and they go into their spots, he'll set Julius Randle at his spot. Like he'll say, "All right, go right here by the baseline, and I'm gonna get you the ball right there. I'm gonna draw your defender, and I'm gonna get you the ball." Julius Randle would just be right there by the top of the free throw line on the baseline, just shooting wide open shots. A distributing point guard, he would make it much easier for players like Julius Randle to see even RJ. RJ start cutting rather than getting the ball in his. He got the ball in his hand and he got to make his own shot. He start cutting. He can start. Those are easier baskets. He can. He can get to if he can get to the lane a little bit. He can kick it out to guys like Fournier. That's always going to be open in the corner because the defense is inside the lane. I think a distributing point guard would change a lot of things.
What do you think, Sha?
Repeat the question again.
The question is, do you think having a distributing point guard would all automatically improve this team?
Yeah, I mean, you would definitely see an improvement. You'll see it. You'll see it quick because that's. I mean, like he been saying, like everybody been saying, that's one of the main things that we've been lacking that could put things together. You know what I'm saying? And we've been trying to cheat the system by just not really having that point guard. Sometimes can't even say we got away with it, but last year you could say we kind of, even though EP, I mean everybody hate him, but I mean he held down what he could hold down. But yeah, dynamic point guard, you know what I'm saying, with a high basketball IQ. I don't know when the last time we had that. So that's definitely you're gonna see the changes like immediately.
I mean, you name literally. I hear that now. I can think about that's Chris Paul. You feel me?
Yeah, right.
But
And
but
everybody was fronting on we was fronting on him last year.
Look what he
Everybody was
doing.
talking, "Well, I'm not giving him that money. I'm not gonna give him that. I wouldn't pay him." Yo,
Look what
look
he
what he
doing.
doing, man.
He the
You know what
best
I'm
point
saying?
guard in
Like
the
look
NBA.
look and the crazy thing about him, everywhere he go, it's like everything he touched turned to gold.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like he had
I always do that.
OKC relevant.
Yeah, hell,
Then
he
they
took
then
him
wasn't they
far.
didn't he take them to the playoffs?
There was nobody on that team, just him.
Yeah, and then left the next year. They went right
Yeah,
back to
to the
trying to get a
finals.
hundred draft picks.
He went to the finals the next year.
Yeah,
Like
when
first
he
year with the
left
team, he
them,
went to the
well, he
finals.
left them and went to Phoenix, right?
Yeah, he went to the finals first
Yeah,
year.
they in the finals. You know what I mean? Now this year they what got the best record in the league.
Yep.
hmm right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Chris
like so
Paul.
people
They're
gotta start
most likely
acting like
gonna
this
win.
is their money too. It's not your money.
And Chris Paul was easy to get at one point. They was trying to give him away at one
Like,
point.
like you. That's what I'm saying is like you gotta spend the white man's money, man.
Yeah,
You feel me?
They were
you
trying to
gotta
give
pay
him
like
away
you
for a
weigh,
minute
man.
now.
You gonna get exactly what you pay for in most scenarios. You know what I mean? You want some cheap shit, then pay a couple of dollars, little cheap dollars, because you don't want to spend no money, and you gonna get some bullshit. You know what I'm
It's
saying? Like
like
you're
it's
gonna
like
have
it's
to
like
pay
it's
for
like
what
buying
you
like
want.
it's like buying a spare airline ticket, bro. It's like you know what you paid for when you bought that ticket.
It's like buying everything. Like you know what I mean? Like it's no way around it. I mean, in most cases, like you have to spend it. You have to. If that's what you want, if you want that luxury, you know what I'm saying? Them luxury cars come with a tag. Like pay the ticket, or else just go get a fucking lemon and get stuck on the highway. You know what I'm saying? With your car smoking and on fire and shit, and deal with that for trying to be cheap. But it's no cheap way around this shit
Right.
unless you go through the draft. But we already know our draft track record. You know what I mean?
We unfortunately we just don't have that that luck that other teams have
Yeah, this
with drafting.
so-called luck, cause I
The
don't,
so-called luck. Right.
yeah, the mystery luck.
But yeah, I just want to touch upon real quick. I just want to touch on basically we're what six or so days away from the trade deadline.
Yeah,
Yeah, today is
all
the
right.
third. Today is the day that Randall and Fournier is eligible for trades.
So
Oh yeah, yeah. The
do
expiration sign this year.
do y'all think they get moved?
I mean, anything is possible, man. I'm not gonna be surprised by nothing. Honestly, that's how I'm looking at it. I ain't gonna be surprised. Nothing is gonna shock me because I already played all of these scenarios out of my head. So I
Got it
won't
all
be
figured.
breaking no TVs. I
So
won't be
who,
screaming and yelling. I won't be acting all startled. I already played every scenario out with this team in my mind already.
so let me ask you, who you think the main target? If they have a target, who do you think they're going after? You hear me?
That's the yeah. I hear what you saying. I don't know who.
Hey,
I
that's
don't
a
know,
question.
man. I'm not. I'm just saying because I'm trying to see who they've been really flirting with, and if I'm yeah, certain things. Let me take that back. Certain things would shock me because they've been talking about Brunson.
Right.
It's like,
A lot.
do we package Randall up and some other things to pick up Brunson and some other Dallas players or whatever?
I'm
Do
against
we
To
that.
me
do we
that
go
to me
that
that's
route?
whack. You
I'm
feel me? Like
Yeah,
against
to
that's
that.
me,
that would be like a that'd be a shock. Like what? We did that?
If they're gonna sign him, he's gonna be a free agent next year. Figure something out right, around that time. Don't trade your assets, your main pieces for him. You understand what I'm saying? Like in the off season, he's gonna be a free agent. Sign him in. Don't do what they did with Melo. They should just wait to the off season, and they would have been able to sign Melo. Melo traded. He wanted to get traded in the middle of the season. So he's not
to
a
me,
star like Melo. The long story short, he's not a star like Melo. He's not heavily coveted, so we could wait for him if that's
I
what we
I just
want.
I just think Brunson don't is not like a franchise changing player that like you know what
He
I'm saying
looks
like
good at times.
he's nice. Don't get it twisted now.
He's a band-aid, man. Like
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
we in a situation where we need surgery. Like
We need
it's
some.
way past the band-aid and a little drop of peroxide. Like
We need some legitimacy. That's what we really need. Because if we had something like that you know, but it's really not that many legitimate point guards in the NBA, and they're gonna have to be creative. Because look at a player like
man,
Fred VanVleet. See what he doing?
I mean that then now next I guess we'll be looking at the whole Fox situation.
The what?
De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm against that move because I hear Darren Fox is. I don't know if he's like a. I don't know if he one of them. I mean, you know what? I would think they say he like lazy and he don't play no defense.
I
I
don't
heard
think
that. I
he.
was like,
I don't think he moved the needle neither. I mean,
yeah.
I'm up and down with him.
He said he can't hang. His jumper's not really wet like that. I was like, oh, I thought he was better, but he out there in Sacramento, he probably able to do whatever he want because nobody's getting up to play Sacramento.
De'Aaron
Because the game,
Fox
that's like an
is
off
Make
game.
about 30.
De'Aaron Fox is like a 99-cent store John Morant in a way, except without his
But I definitely
athleticism.
don't want him then. I don't want no. Yeah, I
You
don't
feel
want no
me?
Mhm.
second rate
Can't
stars.
shoot, but is really fast and he don't get up like Ja does though.
But
I
he
mean, he
make
beat
like
Lonzo
30.
Ball.
Don't he make like 30 a year, some shit?
Yeah, he probably
They gave him an
Yeah,
yeah.
extension, I think,
they gave
last
him an
year. I think
extension.
he,
He has a big contract.
He
yeah,
a
I think he
max
like
nigga though.
5 years, 163 or something like that.
He a max player. He a max player, legitimate. He's a max player, but
When you
he's
make
not
that
gonna
move, you
move
stuck
the
with that
needle.
move. Like that's the move that you like. That's the move. There's nothing else coming after that. So you got to be real sure if that's where you want to go. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
Ain't no
But so
turning
that's
that around.
Because to me it's like if you make that move shot right, then you're basically saying this is you basically every piece that you get for the team after has to be you know not centralized around the Aaron Fox, but they have to work with a play style like his. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because then after if you don't do that, then you're basically hindering the team. If anything, the team could possibly get worse.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's just like De'Aaron Fox. Like he's not a super crazy scorer or anything like that. He really is like a player that like is gonna be great on the fast break, that kind of stuff. Just because he's so quick, but like, and he gonna get his. Don't get it twisted. But
I agree.
does he completely like? Does he put us in like a championship run? I don't think so. I think we would need a lot more than just him.
I don't think that's not the.
And that's my biggest fear. That his contract is already kind of heavy. You know, everybody talk about this 117 million extension that we gave Randall, but you got dudes who never was in a winning situation in their NBA career. They just stayed on these broke down, fucked up teams. They look real good around that measly talent that they play with. And then the front office give them 170 million. Now, when you trade for him, you got to take on all that fucking money, and he don't even have a winning mentality. He not even coming from a winning situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how does that affect what you trying to do? Do we become the fucking New York Kings after that, or do we act? Do we get better? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That really is the question because to me, I don't want a slight improvement. I want an improvement. You know what I'm saying, Sha? Like I don't just wanna
Right.
I don't just wanna be a first round exit again.
You see what Robert Paul said? Okay, you get Fox. What else you bringing in? That's the question. Because and that's something that you got to think about when you go after these dudes with that's almost making 200 million damn near. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
you really cut yourself short. Like you really can't really make but so many moves to even give them the help that they need. You know what I'm saying? On your team.
He's not the
You know what I'm
point guard
saying?
I want. I don't, like I said, a pass first point guard. I don't think he's a pass first point guard. So I wouldn't. He would never. I don't. He wouldn't be number one on my list. So
Right.
I kind of agree with y'all.
When you look at DeJounte Murray, he got like the best motherfucking contract that I'm seeing so far. Because if I'm not mistaken, he locked up for 4 years for like 64 million.
Wow,
Yeah, his contract is not bad at all.
wow.
Like
They might not
That's
get
that's
rid of him.
16 million a year. That ain't nothing. Like That's some
Man,
great because you could actually get him and something else.
exactly. That's what I'm like. Just please give up what you got to do to get in, and we can sign a free agent. On top of that, we
I'm
can figure
telling,
something out.
me personally, I'm giving up a few pieces for Dejounte Murray.
I mean, look, look, look,
Exactly.
look, look
And he
over his
fits.
contract though, because I want to make sure that I'm saying that I'm right about that. I'm not 100%, but I think he make about 64 million. He got like a 64 million dollar contract.
So his salary is 2.3 million a year as of 2019. Let me see. Let me make
Nah,
sure,
he
cause
would.
cause
He
I'm
would.
bullshitting. I'm bullshitting. I'm bullshitting. Give me a
He
second.
would definitely
So
move the needle.
he making
Like
16. He's
his
making 16 million a
impact
year, bro.
on the game.
16 million. All right, so I had it right.
So
16
he's take
million a year.
advantage of all his
That's
strengths.
lovely. He's making Fournier money.
Yeah.
And averaging what is it? It's the top 20 ranked 22 among point guards in the league, right? Ranked 85 amongst the NBA players. And this is him playing in Dallas. You know Dallas is they trash. You know what I'm saying? They're worse than us. You know what I'm
Who
saying?
you
Nigga,
looking
what?
at?
DeJounte Murray.
Oh, DeJounte. Yeah, he in San
Not Dallas,
Antonio.
I'm San Antonio. That's what I meant to say. My bad.
Yeah.
San Antonio.
Oh my god. They gotta
Um,
figure out a way to get that guy, Dejounte Murray.
yeah, it's like he look he scored 27 against the Warriors uh um 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? 9 rebounds. See these stats real quick. 9 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 1 for 3 from three. So he doesn't take too many 3-point shots, but he's shooting at a decent clip. Look at this. Look at this stat. He didn't play against the Suns. Probably sat out that game. Um, but against the Bulls, he had 29 points. I won 12 for 24, so 50% from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, 9 rebounds, 12 assists.
Mm.
Looking to the against the Grizzlies, had 16 points, 5 for 17, so didn't have a great shooting night, but had 10 rebounds and 11 assists, 2 steals. He's averaging. I'm looking at his steals: 3-1-1, 3-2, 3-2. He gets his steals, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
then his assist numbers. Look at this. We're going 9, right? So he had 9 against the Clippers on January 15th. Against the Suns, he had 4. Okay, maybe he didn't have a good game there. January 19th, 14 assists. January 21st, 10 assists. Uh, January 23rd, 12 assists. January 25th, 10 assists. January 26th, 11 assists. January 28th, 12 assists. And then didn't play against the Suns, and then with the Warriors, 9 assists.
Hmm.
That's what we're looking for, bro.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
This
yeah.
is legit what we're looking for. To me, it's just like I go after him personally.
Yeah, you gotta
Six
Yeah, he.
four,
throw
six
something
ten,
at him.
6'10" wingspans, 6'4", so he's not a short point guard. You know what I'm saying? Not undersized.
Yeah.
6'10" wingspan. Like I said, plays great defense. He's Tibbs will love him immediately. You gotta start him immediately. You can't even
Oh yeah.
question it. You feel me?
Murray. Oh yeah,
Oh
he's
yeah.
definitely a starter. He's definitely.
I'm just saying because you
And,
know how Tibbs is, but with a move like that, don't get it twisted. Murray starting, bro.
and
Yep.
Popovich is Tibbs' right hand man too. So
Hmm.
You might throw him a bone
Pop
like, yeah, man. You know what? Here,
Papa
take
let
him.
him know like, yo, listen, do right by my young boy, because that's how we got that's
See
how
if
we
you
got
change his
Luca
franchise.
Lucas what's his name, Luka Samanic.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We got him from the Spurs, you know what I mean? And Pop was like, he was a little emotional when because he had to let him go, you know what I mean? He's like, yo, he got a lot of promise. Like, he like, yo, that kid got a lot of promise, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, unfortunately, things didn't work out, you know what I mean? And we had to let him go or whatever, but he expect him to be something good in this league, you know what I mean?
Nah, absolutely.
He happened to come to the Knicks, and Pop and Tibbs is close friends.
And
That'd
to
be that'd be yo, that'd be a franchise changer right there. They could
That
get
would
him.
be the safest move that they could make. Because I think honestly, you know what I'm saying, anybody could get traded, but I'm I'm more looking forward to any big deals, any big trades would have to be probably in the off season. So I'm looking at
Hmm.
I probably move some of these vets about probably about two vets, maybe one of the young kids in the draft pick. Now imagine if you could pull off that DeJounte Murray trade without touching RJ or Randall.
It's
That'd be
possible.
yeah. I
It's
think so
possible.
too.
You know who you would have to move
His,
though. Probably most
his
likely you put.
contract makes it possible. That's the bug shit. Like his contract is so small. That's actually a contract that you can get by moving some of the pieces that you're not even really utilizing on your team like that.
And adding um what you call it, keeping some of the core and just giving up picks, which I'm gonna be honest, like I've told you this before, Shiny, I don't value our picks, bro. Like people don't like I don't value our picks like other like other teams should value their picks. Small market teams, they value their picks because we don't ever get the
Yeah,
the first number one overall or like high picks. We always get like that 9, you feel me, 12, 8.
that's why I don't be understanding. I don't understand some of our fan base sometimes. Like they be going crazy and they be bringing up all these scenarios of trades, and they like, well, I'm not giving up the first round. I'm not gonna give up the first round. Like y'all so fucking going crazy over Shannon Fry because that's who you gonna draft. Like
Right.
we draft Shannon Fry. That's what we do. You know what I mean? Like you going crazy over that? You gonna hold up some of these nice players that we could actually use because you want to hold on to a first round pick so that you can go get motherfucking Frank
Shannon
Ntilikina or
Fry.
some shit like
Yeah.
Shannon
Shannon
Fry.
Fry had a
Like
long career in the NBA. He had a long career, man.
yeah, okay.
He wasn't really that.
Yo.
He wasn't always on the league leaders, but he
I'm
survived a
not
few years longer than a
I'm
lot
not
of other
stopping
players.
up no deal because I don't want to release my Shannon Fry. Like I'm not doing that.
Like, word, I'll give you some money.
It's my Shannon
Anything
Fry.
you
I'm not
want.
giving it
Just
up.
nah, listen. I would give up a lot to get to John Murray because like people notice him now. People, you know what I'm saying? I can see his hearing more things. Last year I knew about him, but he wasn't really hearing too much. I knew about him
Yeah.
for a couple seasons now, but he's not. He wasn't like he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm hearing about him a lot, so he made it. People notice him. So
Now his
Yo,
name been coming up for a while. I've been hearing
yeah,
about him. The Knicks fans been screaming his name all last season. They was screaming his name crazy.
and
yeah.
you know what's crazy about Dejounte Murray is that he is in a small market, right? Putting up the type of numbers that he is, he's not even being considered for an all-star or anything like that. If
I
he
think
were a
he is.
Nick, if he were a Nick playing like that, all-star immediately.
Hmm.
Immediately, you
Starter,
got to.
starter.
He's an all-star.
And
He's playing
fans
like an
of
all-star. How is it possible that you're averaging? Let me see what his averages are. 19.6 points per game on 45.2% shooting from the field. His 3-point percentage could go up. It's around 32. Averaging 8.5 rebounds per game, 9.1 assists per game, 2.2 assists per game on 34 minutes, and you're not even being considered as a star or all star. Those are those are star or close to star numbers right there, in my
Oh,
opinion.
definitely. I mean, it's all about the situation you in too. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of players could become stars in New York, and they know that. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be, but you got to be winning too. It ain't just the bright lights. You know what I mean? Like your team got to be winning because that means that the things that you bring to the table is actually adding up to wins. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you could do all that on a bad team, and they're still like won't even recognize you because you got to win.
Right.
but you're right. They gotta if they're gonna make a deal though, they gotta try to keep Randall and RJ.
I'm just saying that for the time being. I'm saying like that's a safe net that they have. Like you, some if something has to happen and you should like I gotta move this player sooner or later. I think that when you talking about shaking up your team like that, you might be holding that until the off season because the deals get better anyway. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I
You get
mean, you
more
gotta
time to see the whole layout of stuff and
and
things
players
change
request
because
trades.
the playoffs change a lot of shit too. Like Donovan Mitchell, I know for a fact he's tired of getting bumped out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Tired of getting bumped out of the playoffs. That's when things change into your favor. When you see that player walking off the court with his towel over his head, you know what I'm saying? Frustrated, crying and shit, pissed off, going in the back, kicking over Gatorade fucking containers and shit, you know what I mean? And smacking flat screens off the locker room. Like that's when you know what I mean you can take advantage of what happens after the playoffs, you know what I mean?
yeah.
This is you know what I think, Sha? This is when World Wide West. You feel me? This is when you come in. This is supposedly what you do. You feel me? This is I need to start seeing the results of bringing people like that in. We don't know what's going on in the background. Let's be real, bro. Like this is some like Littlefinger from Game of Thrones type shit going on in the background. You feel me? I
Oh,
don't
of
know
course.
if you guys watch Game of Thrones at all, but like that's the first thing I think about, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like to
There's
me, it's
definitely
just
some greasy shit going on.
bro. There's moves being made that like we we can't even fathom, and when they come to fruition, I think everyone's is gonna be, especially us, is gonna be surprised. They might be thinking of some shit that we haven't even concocted or even thought of.
That's why
I mean,
that's why
I
I
just hope
try
we're
to
right.
think that way.
You
Like
feel me?
when I threw that curveball at y'all, like what was that like probably like some days ago. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get too in depth with it, you know what I'm saying, online because I'm still watching. I'm still
No, no,
trying to
don't
see,
put
but
that out there. Don't put that out there.
I
Yeah,
was just trying to give a whole different angle because sometimes you gotta try to tap into their mind because they get paid to do this shit. We do this shit out of the love and I mean because it's our hobby and shit like that. You know what I mean?
right.
They get paid to think this way and come up with different strategies. And I was hearing everybody's trade proposals for the last couple of weeks, but nobody said what that shit that I came up with, which that'd be a crazy shocker. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It'll be a
Mhm.
shock. It'll definitely rock the whole Nick community, but it'll
And
be a way that you
and
do it
it
if you
would hurt
want.
some people too. Some
Yeah,
people
it
that
will
will
hurt
hurt.
some. It'd be like hurt,
Like a
but
bittersweet.
they would get over it. Yeah, bittersweet. You know what I mean? They would get over it quick. You know what I'm saying? Because of the players that it would bring in. You know what I mean? The two players that it would bring in. But who's to say that they ain't thinking that way? You know what I mean?
Right. To me, it's just is I feel like in order to improve being the team that we are, we need to shake shit up. Like we just don't have that luxury that these smaller market teams have where they can sit there and hold on to players that
Right.
and tank for years. Like, bro, we tried that strategy. It didn't work.
That
The
don't
one
work for us. That don't work for us. It never worked.
you know what's the one thing that has worked for us, Shaw? Is trying to win. Like straight up. As corny as that sound, when we just didn't try to tank, we actually had a good season.
I mean,
I just
last year we did. We had a go ahead, E.
nah. I was thinking about what he was saying, but nah. I mean, what I was gonna say was I really don't like. This is a little bit off, but I really don't like Julius Randle's um his energy. I'm not really. He's just not showing a lot, so I'm thinking about trading him. I don't know how valuable he is because his body language does not look good,
I mean, he not happy.
Hmm.
but you can
He
see it
not
in his
happy.
game. So his value
Okay, yeah, but a
has
lot of that,
tumbled.
I I think about reasons why he probably not happy. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, a lot of people that saw that deal that he got, a lot of people, well, the smart people that they really, you know what I'm saying, get in depth with contracts and things like that. They knew off the back that the Knicks saved a lot by giving him that because that was a low contract,
Hmm.
believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? That was a low contract, but he
Yeah,
kept he kept a lot of money on the table. You know, he gave a lot of money back to the organization so that they could improve the roster. But you got to think about the things that they said to him to persuade him to do that. So that's where some frustration might be coming from, because they might sell you a can of goods. Like, I mean, they might sell you some bullshit just so you can put your name in ink. But then when you do that and you see what they bring to the table, you might be frustrated. Like, yo, man, this shit is just not working. Like, y'all said that we was gonna do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, that could be where some of the frustration come from, because they probably gassed them up to fucking take that low number.
Hmm.
We gonna do this. We got this in mind. Yo, we working on that. Come on, Worldwide West is a slickster. If you know anything about him, nobody even know what the fuck his title is in the NBA. But yet and still, he's one of the most important people in the NBA. That all the fucking basketball players, the top notch basketball players,
yeah,
always
like
salute him, and they got some type of dealing with him. You know what I mean? But nobody knows what he does really.
I tell you, he's Littlefinger, bro.
Just sweet talking
yeah,
his way into situations. You know what I mean? Like, so they probably put the gas on Randall. We gonna telling you, man, this is you gonna love this, man. We got so much plans, man.
just
You
text
know
the
what I mean?
boy.
Say running that motherfucking popcorn pimp game on them, like then you do that shit, and then you stuck here with Fournier struggling and not looking like he fit in for most of the season. Kimba can't stay on the floor. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he over the top. You know what I mean?
Shots is flat,
And you
man.
just sitting there like, yo, these motherfuckers got me.
Tight.
Shots is
Tight.
flat coming from Kimba, man. I don't even want to see it. That's why I'm like, they need to just sit him down, man. This doesn't look good. You're diminishing his career.
He don't need to be out there, but
Nah,
I feel like they're putting them out there to
I don't
basically
want. I don't want.
so other teams can see what what he got, but I
I don't
mean
want to
I
see Kimba like that. Basically, just let
Yeah,
him. Like they rubbing it in, putting
it's
salt in
rough.
the
What he
wound.
what he
Like
had
it's
to
over for
hold
you,
on. What he
bro.
had
Stop
tonight?
playing.
He had zero
zero
tonight, right?
Yeah.
zero
Zip zero, stingy with dinero.
zero
That's
bro
crazy.
zero man that I mean a part of me feels like, yo, this is our fault. We like as Knicks fans, we were mad hype. We were like, yo, like Kemba's a real point guard this and the fourth, and we didn't.
Yeah.
I feel like we never put things into perspective. Like why would OKC just give him up? Like, yo,
We
like
couldn't we couldn't get a little 12-piece nugget, Kimber. Like, you couldn't give us nothing.
like
Yeah. It was a couple threes. It was two or three
Like
of them.
10-piece or something. Like
yo,
9-piece hot wings or something.
it's the Knicks, bro. We don't get that shit. Yo, unfortunately we don't have we just don't get that, bro. Yo, it's so sad, man. Like the thing is too, I feel like Kemba might go to another team and actually be able to contribute a lot more than he is here. But
Of course.
you said what?
No, I said of course. I feel you on that.
It's just the matter of like the for Tibbs system, he just doesn't work. That's just the reality. Like I feel like in another system, he'd be able to contribute significantly. Like like an
Because he would
offensive.
know he would know his role. If you put him on the contender, he
Mhm.
know he know that he's not gonna be playing. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? He know that they're gonna put him the real definition of situational moments. You know what I mean?
right.
And he might be in the playoffs, and don't play a lick of motherfucking basketball in the whole first round. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the last game of the motherfucking of the fucking of the third round, they making him look like a star. You know what I'm saying? They giving him some minutes down the stretch. You know what I mean? Team already up by like 14, and they about to go into the motherfucking finals. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Kimber walk out. Kimber walk out off the court. You know what I'm saying? With his conference championship hat on, with 8 points under his belt. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Feeling himself crazy.
Yeah.
And then we looking stupid.
Word.
Yo, cause that's the way it always happens. It's not just like like you feel me, like a player goes to a different team and they what happens is that they go to a different team and then like they succeed and then we look stupid because like I just didn't know how to use them. I
Because
mean,
on this roster, he
I
feel
feel
like he deserve a lot of minutes.
man, yeah, he probably feel that, but
On this roster, because of the competition, it's like, it's still mediocre. Even though it's people that's better than him on this team,
hmm
it don't move the needle. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I could
So
see that. I could for sure see that.
he think he deserved 20 minutes. Like,
Bro, he playing right because right now he like like we said he ain't doing nothing out there, nothing. So like I honestly I don't know what's like like what his role is supposed to be on this team right now. If anything, it's like I don't know. It just like E said, it just feels weird to see him go out like that, man. Like
Yeah, all that. Did the one with UConn won in the NIT, I believe, or the what was it, the Atlantic the ACC championship game
hmm
with the cross. He did the through the legs in the Garden on the Big East, I believe. I don't know. He won some championship, and then he had a stellar career, except he didn't really go far in the playoffs in Charlotte. New York born. It's over for that boy.
damn man, that's
yeah, it
unfortunate.
be like that. Yeah.
Yo, can real quick, can we talk about Mitch tonight, man?
Oh
My
yeah, it's
man Mitch,
definitely.
man. Like, I told people, man, like, you know what I'm saying? I always supported Mitch. You know what I mean? Through the
You know I'm
ups
on
and
the
the
same boat
downs.
with you, bro.
Yeah. I already know. It ain't a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, I give
we
Mitch a
was trying to get
contract right
Mitch out of
now,
here 3 months ago.
bro. I
You
give
know what I'm
Mitch a
saying?
contract off of the
Like,
way he playing. I give him a
I
contract.
mean,
I will.
I don't
So
think
he
I don't think he's
still
gonna get it, bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he's
he not
still
honestly.
not
good.
in the clear. He's still not in the clear, you know what I
If
mean? But
if he's
I'm
able to
I'm, I'm
stay
proud of
healthy,
him
he's
though.
getting that contract. They're not letting him get away.
Nah, but I
Just as
mean,
long as he
but
don't ask for the max.
it's so much that this team need. That's why I don't feel like nobody is safe, really. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much that we need, that once again it go back to what you were saying a little while ago. You're gonna have to give up some shit that you don't want to part ways with if you want to get better. And Mitch is one of those people, yo,
That's true. They gotta make a
that can
decision
get
on
caught
Mitch.
up in that.
Because Mitch, I don't know, man. Mitch is around 15, 14. That's the max. I get a Mitch. If Mitch asks for anything over that, Mitch is you know,
See,
he's
but
expendable.
yo, and yo, E, and my whole thing too is like a lot of people, the shit that people be talking about with Mitch and like his agents or whatever. That's all from a fan perspective. They don't really know what's happening like behind closed doors. Like they really might not. It might have been nothing that serious, and like just because fans like to hype shit up.
It's
like
just six of them though. If it was like two or three, I'd be like, yeah, maybe we don't know what the real story is. But six of them, dude is like in his second year, third year. It just sounds funny, but I agree with. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like I just feel like we don't know what's really going on behind closed doors. They might have been trying to steal his money, all of them.
Yeah, man. But
Mm.
six, it comes back to the same thing. There's a problem, I guess, because you got to pay them guys, agents. It's a problem. Where's the problem? Why it keeps coming back around to Mitchell Robinson? I don't care though. I'm just saying. I don't really care how many agents it takes him to get it right.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
don't
look,
ask for no max contract. He's
he's
not
been
worth
good
it.
as of recent. So I just think that's just not something that I think personally.
Well, you
That
don't want to
man
invest
almost
that
had a
much
tri-
money into
That
one
man
position,
almost had a
especially the
triple
center
double tonight.
position.
That's a
That's
fact.
it's a problem.
That
And
man
me
almost
and
had 10 blocks.
meanwhile Noels is getting paid to score for the other team, bro.
Yeah, you can't play
That
one
was the
position
only,
$25 million.
bro.
So something's got to happen.
How the only point you scored? Didn't Noel had zero,
Yes, he did.
but he
Yes, he
had
did.
2 points. It just ain't go our way. He scored for the other team. How that's the only basket that you made?
Yo, shot. Even just hearing you say that shit sounds crazy.
I mean, this is how you got to think though. Like that's
Yo.
some bugged out shit.
I
How
don't
you
know how
leave the
we going
game
for
with
nigga.
zero? You gave us absolutely nothing. You gave the opponent more than you gave us.
Right. Yo,
Wow.
yo, that shit, yo. I was screaming at the TV, bro. You should have seen me. I was like, yo, what the and then, yo, you could tell, like you could see it in other players' face. You can see it since last year. Every time they pass him the ball and it just goes straight through his hands. Like
Yeah, that's your boy.
the players are just tight. They're like, yo,
He did it again.
like now they're fucking up their numbers, bro. Like I personally, I would be super tight. I'd be like, yo, like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, like come on, bro. Like playing crazy out there.
That's crazy.
But
You
he's
gave
I
the
like
Give the opponent more
you
points.
gave the Grizzlies more than you gave us.
I
you
mean,
know,
in a cynical way, he's been doing that all year, giving other teams more than he's been giving us, bro. By not being available.
but you know what? Mitchell Robinson looks real like he looks like a very good NBA player. Looks like a star. Like he could
I
potentially be a
always
star.
saw that in Mitchell Robinson. This is no surprise to me. You know what I
I
mean? Because
really
this was
believe it
Mitch in year one.
because we
Yes,
were
it
having a
was. People
bad.
forgot. People got enamored by this dude, and they completely forgot because you know how people are. It's like, what have
Bro,
you
they
done
was
for
ready
me
to throw
lately?
Mitch away like as if he wasn't the brightest spot on this team
Mitch,
in 2018. It
if
was
Mitch
literally no
gets some
reason to
plays
watch
ran
this
for him,
team.
if
That's a
Mitch gets
fact.
some play with his field goal percentage, if he gets some plays run for him, oh man, Mitch is a star.
To me, right now, Mitch is just he just elevates the dynamic of this team like immediately. Like you see out there, the energy is different. The way that the ball movement is different. People scared to go into the paint with Mitch out there, bro. People's like, yeah, I ain't trying to.
And that block against Ja, that shit looked mighty clean to me.
Yo,
Yeah, eight of
facts.
them. Yeah, eight of them.
He had 8 of
That
them. That's a fact.
that block against Ja when he tried to he was frustrated
hmm
because
Nah,
he
you
ain't
got
really get
RJ
to
was
get
playing
his shit
that
off.
stellar defense on him, and then Mitch was in the back end. I was like, yeah, he
No,
struggled tonight.
Mitch was blocking everything that came in that paint. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like all that
yeah,
dunking
yeah.
shit, like it was quiet for that. Like and
Nah,
Mitch
Mitch
hit him
held it
with
down.
the Matumbo like no, you're not dunking on me. Like
Mitch is
he
athletic
told him
though.
that
That's the
shit.
thing. That's what he got over the rest of
hmm
these players. His athleticism.
Yo, Mitch
He,
almost had a triple double and it would have been off blocks, rebounds, and points, bro. That's legendary shit. Off
yeah,
Yo,
blocks, you
man.
get your triple
That's the
dub.
that's the
that
that's what
this
Tibbs want
that's
in his
why
center.
this was actually a real good performance because two of our starting five almost had a triple double, yo.
Tibbs wants that,
You don't
and
see that. You
they're
don't
gonna
see
keep
that on
Mitchell
most teams
Robinson.
where two players on the starting five got triple doubles. We almost did that. Mitch was 2 blocks away from a triple double. Randall was 1 assist away from a triple double.
You
We
know
were
why?
supposed to win this game, yo.
Mitch reminds me of Joe King Noah. So you know he gonna if Tibbs is
Uh,
around, he gonna be around.
joke. All right, I feel you with that. I thought about the joke at first, like, oh, you wildin'.
Nah, you know how Tibbs and Joe King Noah made a they had their little thing going in Chicago. Mitch he could definitely because he do Joe King Noah would block his shots. He was athletic. He knew how to move his feet. Um and he would crash the boards. That's what Mitch is doing. Mitch is starting to go to the. That's what I'm noticing more than anything. I'm noticing he's starting to go out to the boards more. Today I don't even know if he was in the game. All the rebounds we missed in the fourth. Those second chance opportunities. But
It's another thing that I want to clean up that I keep hearing people say that
that rebounding,
R, RJ unlocked Mitch. That's false.
I
The
wouldn't go
first
that
player,
far.
no. People been saying this, and I'm like, that's false. The player that unlocked Mitch, the only player that was going to Mitch was McBride in Houston. That's when Mitch started getting looks after that because and that was even before
Quickly
that
do that.
game. Before that game, Mitch actually posted something up on Twitter, and he was
Nah,
like, "It's
quickly.
like I'm just out here." No, it wasn't quickly. He was like, "I'm just out here like just doing cardio." You know what I'm saying? Like he was complaining about not getting no looks and nobody giving him the ball. And then McBride, when he got his first time to start was in Houston, and a lot of his assists went to Mitch. Mitch was like catching every. He was looking like year one Mitch. You know what I'm saying? He was catching them lobs. He was like nobody thought to go to this man. Like all of y'all, I'm blaming RJ, Randall, all of these dudes that's been struggling, been having up and down season. This is where the turnovers come in. You got a fucking athletic 7 footer. He can bail you out. You don't have to try to fucking do too much and you already being double teamed or they not letting you get in the paint or whatever. You got a 7 footer that's fiending for a fucking log.
That's
Right.
He
why I
could
want to
bail you
pass
out.
first
Just
point
throw it up
guard.
there.
Get a pass
Just
first
throw it. You know
point
what I mean?
guard.
Like
He
you
be
already
setting
turning
him
the
up
ball
every
over.
play.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what you got to lose? Like,
Yo,
Right.
look what Chris Paul did with DeAndre Jordan. He turned him into an all-star. You remember when they was with the Clippers? How they had the Lob City thing going on. Now DeAndre Jordan's a bum. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
get a point
yeah,
guard.
he's done.
To me, it's just like that whole Mitch, versus Noel thing. It was like, bro, this is a non-story. The only
I
reason y'all
hated
feel this
that.
is because y'all not seeing Mitch right now. Y'all
Y'all
forgot.
turned your back on that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all
To me,
turned
that
your
shit was
back on that man.
disrespectful the whole
It
time, bro.
was crazy disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like I got into a back and forth with somebody on their show behind that. You know what I mean? It wasn't no beef or nothing, but I was just like making my points. Like, yo, no, that's yeah, y'all tripping. Like, this is Mitch we talking about. Like, I know what Noel gonna do. He's gonna sit up here and act like he's an Iron Man for this 1 year because he want to go to the back every time he hit the floor. He want to get taken to the back so he can go lay down on the table. You know what I mean and get looked at. But he know this is a contract year. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he got that money, he walks his ass right to the back, and you don't see him no more.
I've not seen him since. That's right.
All that Iron Man shit is out the window. I got my bag already. You know what I mean? Y'all got
Hmm.
gassed by that shit.
To me, I mean, like, you can see it in his frame. Like, I don't even know what people would be
Yeah,
questioning.
stick man. Stick
The,
man ain't durable.
Stick man.
don't get me wrong. I think there's a lot of people that take how I feel about Mitch as I mean about Noel as I don't appreciate what Noel did for us, and that's not the case at all. I appreciate what Noel contributed to this team, but I think what his role ran his course. It's sort of like I'm feeling with Randall. Like, I appreciate what Randall brought to us. A lot of people be disrespecting Randall, bro, and it's like, nah. Like, don't disrespect that man. That man gave us hope when like we
Yeah.
we ain't have hope for a long time, bro. You know what I'm
And that's
saying?
why a lot of these dudes got their contracts too, because that was a part of changing the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like a part of changing the culture was like taking care of your own. You know what I mean?
Right,
Not doing players dirty after they put they all. You know what I mean?
right,
Like they're not just doing them dirty. Like, oh, thanks for nothing. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Like
right.
we going in another direction. Like, you know what I mean? So that was a part of changing the culture. So they tried to do that, but I don't think that you had to give Noel that type of contract. You could have kept him. You know what I'm saying? You could have gave him a 2 year contract instead of
Right.
a three. You know what I'm saying?
So how
Give
much
him
money
less
you would have
money.
gave him though? You get like 10, right? How much you would have gave him?
I mean, knowing what I'm trying to put together, I know that majority of my roster that I played last year was not my future plans. Like, there's no way that that roster was a part of the future plans of when we start, you know what I mean, reaching greater heights or whatever. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I wouldn't have invested in Noel. And I'm not saying like they gave him so much money that we just trapped in this contract. You know what I mean? I feel like it's hard. It'd be hard to move him when he wasn't playing. But now they kind of like throwing him out there, so maybe they'll be able to move him. You know what I'm saying? But
Noela's definitely not an unmovable contract. Don't get it twisted. I think there's a team that would find value in him.
Yep.
I think
It's just he just
I
got to
don't
fit
know.
in the package though. That's probably the only thing. It's like he's
What he
really
getting?
got to fit
10?
into one. Yeah, he getting about 10, right?
Time, yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
about 9, 10, 9, maybe.
I'd have had to bump that down to like 7, man.
I mean, listen, it is like I said, they could do it. I mean, he gonna be part of a package. It just depends on the package they asking for. Because like if we went for like a Dejoun Murray, you said yourself, Dejoun Murray, you pointed out that he only making like $16 million,
Hmm.
and I mean, woo,
But
how you gonna make
I'm
that
not even gonna,
16
I'm
million?
not even gonna disrespect the Spurs by throwing Noel in that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna get the phone hung up on you, get you blocked, all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
They
I'm
gonna
not
be like
even gonna
he don't even
violate
play
them
for
like
you.
that.
they
Yeah.
probably trade him with one of the rookies on a
Yeah,
cheap contract.
yeah.
They be like,
Like
why
so,
They're
I'm
gonna be
not
why
one of
gonna.
the
would we take?
rookies
They
to
gonna be like,
trade
yo,
for
why would we
Dejoun
take that?
Murray.
They gonna be like, why would we take that nigga? That nigga don't even play for you.
We probably could
Yeah,
keep
like he
only rookie,
don't.
young person we probably keep is Grimes and RJ. Everybody going if we go after Sean Murray. Our, for
I mean,
our kitchen
I
gonna be
don't think
raided.
so. I mean, yeah, because now the Spurs is gonna want our young players. They're
They're
gonna
gonna
want
want them
our young
all,
players, and they're gonna want picks.
Hmm.
and
You know what I'm saying?
to get that player, we got to. That's the going rate. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You just sitting up there talking about what you ain't gonna do, like as if you got the power. Like, no, you sitting here with a point guard curse for like the last 20 years. You better put something together and get. You know what I mean?
It's
At
gonna
least
hurt.
try.
Get on this Dejounte Murray thing. Like, we don't got the power. You know what I mean? Like that we think we got. We don't really got it.
We don't get the last say.
Yeah,
No,
like
bro. Yeah, man. It's unfortunate. Like I feel like there's teams that obviously then their situation is a lot different than ours. But like, unfortunately, we're the Knicks who like we give up things to get things, bro. It's like it's just a reality. We got the most
like
money to spend almost like most of the time. So to them it's like okay, whatever. Like, and if it's the Knicks, they gotta pay for that. Like other teams, they just get it because the league set it up that way for them.
yeah, it got to be something funny going on because they seem to always get what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lakers always get what they want
Hmm.
somehow, some way. They always get what they want.
It's a running joke, actually. The Lakers always get the stars or whatever. Comedians
Yeah,
talk about it all the time. All these stars, all these players want to go to LA to be with the hoes. Like,
yeah. I mean that makes sense too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but look at their track record. You know what I'm saying? They done snatched up Shaq out of nowhere. Like, damn, y'all, how you get Shaq? Like,
hmm
just get
Yeah,
what
they
they
got him
want.
easy.
Get what they
That was
want. You
just
know what I'm saying? Or I want AD, yo.
they got him. He said, "I wanted Dwight Howard." Got him. I was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, they
like
traded for everybody."
hmm
they
He even
got the
got Steve
luxury to
Nash.
They got the luxury to get you and then get rid of you.
Yeah.
Like we gotta
Yo,
hold
Man.
on to you when we finally bust a move. Like we gotta hold on you because we ain't gonna see a star no more. Like no time soon. Like you could be
Like
over here
no,
shitting it up. You know what I mean?
we
Like
might not see a star for the next 2 decades.
yo, yo,
they get rid
yo,
of Dwight Howard. Like yo, get up out of here, man.
yo. Think about how long we had you in for, bro. And then the Lakers, they went through how many stars? Like,
Niggas had
Nigga, the
rosters
Lakers
full of
went through the
stars.
whole constellation.
yo,
He was having washed up stars. He was having stars that was ready to go. They had Kobe.
It's
Kobe
crazy,
get his
man. It's
own
like you gotta
category.
laugh at this shit sometimes, man. Like this
that's all you
can't
can
be
really
life,
do.
yo.
Yeah, that's all
Niggas
you can
had
really
Karl
do, bro.
Malone. Remember they had Karl Malone and Gary Payton. It's like what the
Well, who
fuck?
they had? Did they have
They
Gary
got a
Payton over there?
yeah, like we got an all-star lineup starting five.
They went and got the whole
Uh,
Expendables Part One. Like now they got Expendables Part Two. Like all these old dudes, but they get to
man,
get what they want though. We could laugh at it, you know what I'm saying? But shit, we could use the mellow on this squad coming off the bench. You know what I mean?
nah, Melo is. Man, I love. I like Melo. Melo's a cool ass nigga, but it's a wrap. But he will
He
have
still,
splashes. He'll hit you with 20,
nah,
20,
he's
21
still
points.
He
balling.
still got a lift, bro, and
He's
like
Yeah,
still
yeah,
balling.
yeah.
Like
I
he
take
and
that back. I take that
honestly,
back.
he
He
looking
still
like the
got
most
game.
consistent player over there most nights. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
I
still
felt
got
bad
game.
for him because
Overall, got game.
I wanted him to go get a ring with Braun, but at this point, I'm like, yo, you know
Nah,
what, man,
I don't
just
want
come
these
over
Lakers
here.
win.
Nah, cause I want, obviously that's our guy Melo, bro. Like I want him to get a ring, bro. That's really the only thing missing on his resume.
I could
Yeah,
never root
but
for the Lakers.
yeah, I can't do it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I just can't do it. I mean, I know my team ain't gonna go but so far, but I still just can't. I just can't do it, man. Like Brooklyn, like I just can't. Just like I just wish y'all 1,000 years of bad luck, man.
I'm
Like
not capable of liking the Lakers.
not sitting up there clapping for y'all. Like I can't do it.
I didn't like Kobe Bryant because he played for the Lakers, but I like Kobe Bryant, a player. I just was just like, he on the Lakers, so I don't fuck with the Lakers. So
Nah, don't get it twisted. I'm far from a Lakers fan. I'm just a Melo
No,
fan.
I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of people felt like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a feeling like that, but then as the season started playing, I was like, yo, fuck them, man. Like I understand Melo, you probably put yourself in a bad situation. Man. You just gonna have to deal with that. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like bottom line, because we got our own problems over here. You know what I mean? So
right.
that's just what it is. I'm loving the talks about Harden, about him
nah,
probably
I
wanting to.
don't
Yeah,
want Harden.
I
No,
heard a
I'm not
couple
saying
people.
us. I'm not saying wanting them, but I'm just like, yeah, you see how the cookie crumb. But that's another indictment on how we get done dirty. They get to trade everything for Harden. He get to come there for a year, come back to the second year. I ain't really feeling this. You know what I mean? Like, just imagine if he just bounced like that.
Yo, imagine the headlines, bro. Oh my God. Yo, yo, that would be crazy. Yo, it would be pandemonium, bro. Riots would happen, man. Bro,
Imagine if he
they will
bounced.
have SWAT. They'll have riot police in front of MSG.
Yo, if he bounced
But
on them, yo, and
you
they gave up all those assets to get him.
yeah. But think about it like this, bro. That's how you know nobody gives a shit about them. About that team, bro. Because if that fan base cared about about their team, bro, they'd be tight right now. But they don't really have a fan base, so nobody
Yeah,
cares.
but Harden kind of said something like that last year. He was shocked. See one thing that a lot of these players get fucked up. I know that y'all been a part of the NBA and y'all been kind of coerced into shitting on us. I know y'all have. I know it's like the running joke, you know what I'm saying, in NBA circles, like to go out there and say something crazy about the Knicks, you know what I mean, spit on their name or whatever, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So you come out here, you come to New York, you force your way to New York so you can go to the Nets, and then when you play against the Knicks inside of the Barclays, you go to the press conference shocked, like I couldn't believe all the Knicks fans that was in here. It just felt like I was in the Garden. Yeah, like you set yourself up for that. We this
Stupid.
is what you don't get, that this is our city. Like what you don't understand. So all those type of things put doubt in heart and mind. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you might have fucked up. You probably picked the wrong team.
Right.
You out there selling your own fucking playoff tickets.
Like that shit sound crazy, but giving buy one get one freeze and shit,
Come
like
on,
that's
man.
crazy. Yo, the
Come
Knicks,
on, man.
yo, the Knicks could never, bro. You imagine niggas doing buy one get one freeze?
And then KD talking about the Knicks ain't cool. Like, what's cool about having to sell your own fucking tickets, bro? You're a basketball player. You got to really be out there selling tickets. I remember what was it, like 3 years ago when they was in the playoffs or some shit,
Hmm.
and they had players out there trying to engage with the public and shit outside by the Barclay and shit,
Hmm.
trying to sell tickets and shit and promotions and all that because they was in the playoffs and nobody was coming to the games.
I didn't even know they was doing that. This is
Yeah,
news to me.
yeah, it was a report that came out that they was out there, like I forgot who they had on their team at that time,
Nah,
but they
they
couldn't
had
pack
that.
the house though.
They had D'Angelo Russell. They had
Yeah, I think that was that.
shooter.
Yeah,
They had the other shooter. They had great Allen. He one of the best centers in the league now. Do with the
I
yeah, but
always
that's
Astros.
liked
like
that kid. He had good battles with Mitch.
Like he's
yeah,
one of the
yeah.
best
He
centers in the
dominated
league.
Mitch a lot.
Like Nets had him. They traded everybody,
Nah,
bro.
nah. I think Mitch always put up a good fight against
Well, they traded him for Harden. I get it. They traded
Yeah,
him for
but
Harden.
this is the thing now. What if Harden really? Because didn't he turn down the extension like a few days ago?
Well, I think so. I think he did that earlier this
Yeah,
year.
nah, nah, that
But
that happened recently.
I understand why Brooklyn traded for Harden though. It makes sense. They had two legitimate stars, superstar
But
stars. Kevin
now
Durant
yeah,
is
on
of
a
course,
paper.
of
On
superstar.
course,
paper, it
that's
makes
that.
They
perfect
Yeah,
needed an
sense.
that's what
extra
I'm
piece.
saying. I'm saying that do make sense, but it's a failed mission if he walks out the door. You know what I mean? A year or two later,
Yeah, of
and
course.
you gave up all of that. You basically gave away your future. You gave away
Yeah,
picks. You gave away everything. So
they
it's
can't
like
afford to let him go.
yeah, if you didn't lock him in, you actually failed. And if you make it out of this, if you don't win a championship this year, you definitely failed. And he leave.
Like this, not KD probably in a couple. He probably could sign one more big contract, and probably like I think his contract up like in a year or two. He could sign a big contract. He can get away with that. He's that good, but he gonna need Harden. He gonna need Harden and Kyrie if he's trying to contend.
Nah,
And
see,
like
for me, I just think that like that was all bound to fail. Like it was just like we've seen this. It's not like this is something like this is the first time that it happens, or like a team tries to stack a team, like a franchise tries to stack the team with a whole bunch of stars, and it just doesn't work because there's just too
yeah,
many chefs in the kitchen. You
yeah, that
feel me?
happened. That
Mhm.
happened a few times.
And then
Lakers did it.
to me, it's just like look, there's a lot of things I don't like about Kyrie Irving. You feel me? As far as
Hmm.
like as far as a player does, his like a lot of his professionalism and stuff like that when it comes to outside of basketball stuff. But one thing I will say um like to me it's just like he needs to playing with him is it's like it never turns out good. Like you saw the results in Boston. He left, a good situation with Braun in Cleveland because he wanted to be the star somewhere, but he can't handle the responsibility that comes along with being that person. So what did you
Mhm.
expect, bro?
I mean,
Right.
KD is a difference maker.
You know what I'm
I just
Nah,
saying?
they
want to
Like
say
played
that.
us, man. They played us. Like they really did us dirty, yo. They did us dirty. and then on top of it, they laughed at us because they knew that they did us dirty. They knew that they was playing us and gassing us up, and they knew they did that shit. Then they laughed at us and said, "Y'all ain't cool. Why would I? I was never gonna go over there." That's what he said.
Yeah, but when have the Nets ever been cool other than when they were in New Jersey with Jason Kidd and them?
They never were cool. That's they never
and,
were
and
cool.
and 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 that was all perspective too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, like they never really been the cool team in New York.
Never were cool. But they not they New Jersey. They always will be the Jersey Nets. They could be in
they
Brooklyn
s-
for over
they still the Jersey
15
Nets.
years. They New Jersey Nets.
See, to me, it's like they messed up the moment they decided to call themselves the Brooklyn Nets.
That was
Like
Yeah,
like
they should have just stayed as the as the
I
as
get it.
the as the no, listen. They should have stayed as the New Jersey Nets and just played at the Barclays.
They
Like
probably
exactly.
wasn't getting that money in the Meadowlands like they could get in New York. They wasn't selling out the
that's
arenas.
what I'm
Nobody was
saying.
trying to
Yeah.
come all the way out there.
But that's what
I
I'm
think it's
saying.
even
That's what I'm
worse in
saying.
Brooklyn.
Nah, it's people there. Trust me, it's
Nah,
people in there.
cause
It's
No,
look,
they
Brooklyn.
that's been
It's
the
Brooklyn.
reports year after year. No,
It's
that's the
Brooklyn.
reports year after year that they cannot sell out. Like they not attracting no fans like that. That's
I'm
that's
about to
the
go to a
biggest
couple
problem that they
games,
got.
man. I'm gonna download that StubHub
Yeah,
app
you
now
could
and
go
start
there
going
for
to
about
games.
$7 probably.
Nah.
They need you
But
there.
I'll be going to a game every night if it was $7. Cause I'm like,
nah, it, it,
I'm
it
like,
it'll
I'm
it'll
like
be that
four
cheap,
stops
yo.
away from. I'm like 4 stops away from the Barclays Center right now. 4 stops, bro. Maybe five, but that's how. Like that's like 10 minutes. 10 minutes
Yeah, I'm
away
about
from the Barclays Center.
guys, I'm about to close out the show. Then we
Yeah.
can hang out here for a little bit longer. You feel me? But I'm gonna just close out the show for the night. Thank you
Yeah,
guys
me
for
too.
watching. Um, salute to my guy Robert Parr. I seen that guys was here at some point. Um, you know,
Salute, salute.
unfortunately we lost, but you know what I'm saying. Let's on to the next one. Hopefully, who do we play next? Who do we play next? Does anybody got the schedule?
I think we played the Lake Show.
Oh yeah, we got the Lakers on Saturday.
On Saturday. So we got what is that? A 2-day break? Do we got a
Yep.
back to back after that?
I'm
Saturday,
not even
Sunday?
sure.
Let me see. See schedule. We got the Lakers. No. So we got the Lakers February 5th, and then we got the Jazz February 7th. That's gonna be an interesting game. And then we got the Nuggets February 8th, a back to back between the Jazz and Nuggets. Oh God! And then the Warriors. Yo, the only
Yep.
game in the next few days that I think we're gonna be able to win is maybe the Trailblazers
We definitely gonna be battle tested
and
after this.
maybe the Thunder, bro. At this point.
No, we
Yeah,
should
Thunder.
we
We
should
probably
we probably could beat the Lakers. We should beat
we
them.
owe them. Yeah, we should beat the Lakers. After we played tonight, they showed a lot of promise. Like they have
Oh
a
yeah, and the
strategy.
Lakers You're right. I completely skipped them. I just saw Jazz, Nuggets, Warriors, and I'm like, oh god, that's three L's right there.
The Lakers
Did we
game
play
come
the
on
Lakers yet?
Saturday night, I think, on ABC.
I'm actually not sure. I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm about to go get that StubHub thing right now, and I'm about to get some Nets tickets if they that cheap.
Yo,
You
Like
can sit.
seriously, I'm about to
You
take
can
a.
sit on. You can sit on the floor for $100.
I'm gonna take a date out there. Like seriously, like it's seven
$100 in a
hours.
bag
Yeah,
of
I
weed.
paid. I got these. These cost me about 75 each, but actually, no, I don't believe that.
now
Movie tickets cost more.
with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Um, we'll be here probably after the next game, maybe tomorrow. We'll see what's up. Um, but thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Let me drop this bomb.
Peace.
All right,
We
everybody.
out of here.